VCTV and WBNH thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business. PrimaryBankNH.com. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing care to help meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Great New Hampshire restaurants. Food tastes better with family. Tbones.com or Copperdoor.com.
Kenzie takes a touch. She'll have one shot to the right side, and it's good.
May takes the snap, hands it off to Helton. Similar play, similar result. This time a stiff arm gets Helton free. He's met at the goal line, but he's in.
With numbers, sends it into the circle. O'Donnell to Kylie, shot, score.
Oh, somebody's got to do it. So now the ball through. Benjamin with it. Left foot, right foot is good.
They have cleaned that up over the years a lot. Oh, nice block.
Snap, looks to pass. May rolls to his right, delivers to the end zone. Back in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Welcome to Bedford High Stadium here on this chilly but still Friday night. The smoke from the concession stand, the hot hamburgers and hot dogs hanging in the air above the stadium. I'm Harry Kozlowski here at Corey Munster Tiger, ready to bring you semifinal action between the Bedford Bulldogs, #1 seed, and the #2 seed, the Purple Panthers from Nashua South.
Quick correction, I believe they're the 4 seed this evening, but yes, absolutely should be a phenomenal game tonight. 39 degrees here at kickoff, should go down to maybe 37 or so. Beautiful night for crisp football action here. Should be a great meeting between these two foes that faced off against each other earlier this season.
And that is something that Coach Matthews talked about with me earlier yesterday. Let's see what Coach had to say about this game. We're speaking with Coach Zach Matthews of the Bulldogs, coming off an impressive win over Winnacunnet in the quarterfinal round of the NHIAA Division I playoffs. You've got Nashua South coming up. Coach, watching that game on Friday, I saw a few new wrinkles coming out of the 5 spread offense. You got a couple of new plays that you're working in for the tournament?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the things that we tried to do in the bye week is we're in a really good place with our execution and what we had before that, but you always want to have some things that other people need to prepare for. So at this point in time, you're probably going to see a bunch of different things, some new things, blocking schemes and things like that stay the same. But for us, I want to put people in a position to be a little bit uncomfortable and see some things that they haven't prepared for. And I think that puts our kids in a really good situation. So that was certainly the plan last week. Always some wrinkles moving forward each week, but yeah, trying to keep defenses on their heels so they can't kind of just see the same formations and expect the same things from us.
It was good to see Winston Hune back out there on the field, getting a couple of plays. And also question about the 2-point conversions. Very aggressive on your part, but was that a function of Elijah Todd? Was he not feeling 100%?
No, that was our game plan going in. I wanted to be really aggressive with the game plan and really get after Winnacunnet right off the bat. And I just felt like we had a distinct advantage when it comes down to it. You got to get 3 yards. And I felt like I wanted to come out attacking, put a lot of pressure on them as far as the scoreboard was concerned. And we just felt really confident that we could get those 2-point conversions and put ourselves in a really good situation. Really when it comes down to 2-point conversions, you need to go 50%. You need to go 1 out of 2 to even out with your extra points. And so we just feel really good with our personnel and our execution that we can get those.
Now, I'm sure you had a chance to scout the game between Bishop Girton and Nashua South. You couldn't be there personally because you had your own game going on at the same time. What did you see in that game, and what's it like taking on an opponent a second time in Nashua South?
Yeah, I think it's always difficult to beat somebody twice in a season, especially a great team. So, it's going to be certainly a challenge from that standpoint for us and for our kids. But I would also say that we were lucky enough to play them in week 2. And I would say that both teams are drastically different at this point in the year. When I look back at that film and I look at our first matchup, there's there's kids playing different positions. There's some kids for both teams that are in the lineup now that weren't in the lineup then. And so there's a lot of different factors that come into play. Not taking anything away from Nashua South, I also feel like in that game last week that that's one of the worst games I've seen Bishop Curtin play this year. I think they had some untimely turnovers. I think they really probably didn't execute the way they wanted to, and credit to Nashua South. They came out and did what they needed to do. Certainly expected that game to be a little bit closer, but when I looked at the film, I think it was really Nashua South doing a good job with execution, and Bishop Curtin kind of struggled in that regard.
Well, Coach, every game is must win, obviously, in the tournament. One more for the finals, but you got to get past Nashua South first. So good luck on Friday, and we'll speak to you soon, hopefully.
Yeah, thanks again, Harry. Appreciate it.
Coach Zach Matthews of the Bulldogs, thanks for taking the time to speak with us on this broadcast. We're just waiting for the teams to get on the field. Big contest between two very powerful offenses. Of course, the Bedford Bulldogs averaging 37.9 points per game and only allowing about 10.9 points per game. The Panthers of Nashua South, almost as effective. They've had every game they've played, they have scored 28 points, at least 28 points in that game, except for the one that they lost to the Bedford Bulldogs in the second week of the season.
Score of that game, of course, was 34-14 back on September 12th, the first meeting between these two squads down at Stellos. A nice breakout game for Bryson Durso. He had 3 touchdowns that evening, and on the other side of things, the Bulldogs had 6 personal fouls in that game. So some of them were a little bit questionable as far as over-exuberant celebrations, but a couple of them might have been that little chippy kind of unsportsmanlike. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. The Bulldogs have gotten that under control the rest of this season, and Durso, again, 3 touchdowns last week to go along with 2 interceptions. Have a day, kid. He's been peaking at the right moment. That went along quite nicely with Brody Helton's 15 carries for 169 yards to power their win last week over Winnicunnet. Harry, thoughts on tonight? What are you expecting from Coach Matthews, from Coach Porter? What are the keys to the game in your mind?
Well, Coach Porter was talking about taking away weapons from the Bedford Bulldogs. He specifically mentioned, of course, Brody Helton and Bennett Matthews, both of which are the number 1, number 2 rushers on the team. Helton right now, he's got 1,347 yards. Bennett Matthews right behind him with 960. But the Bulldogs are actually multi-dimensional. If you take away the run game from those two, you've got, of course, Bryson Durso. He's had 232 yards rushing this season. Winston Hune, who missed much of the season, he's back in action. He's also a very effective runner. And then, of course, there's the game through the air. Not that the Bulldogs went to it all that much, but when they did, they were effective. They had, Landon Elsmore. He came in middle of the season. He had a great big impact. Of course, Durso, also a big impact through the air as well. It's going to be a battle of which defense is going to be able to slow down each other's offense.
Absolutely. Of course, the 2 seniors in that backfield, the 2-headed monster, Matthews and Helton leading the way. Matthews last week, again, a phenomenal special teams play with that 87-yard punt return for a touchdown, really lightened things up and hitting it on all sides of the ball, offense, defense, and then, of course, that special teams play. Exciting night here. It is chilly. We do have the Bedford band out here. We're ready to get things fired up. Captains should be rolling out to midfield momentarily. But an exciting evening on tap here from Bedford High School.
I think we're about to have the teams run onto the field, or at least the Bulldogs coming out of their gigantic Bulldog head at the end of the end zone.
The inflatable's back, Harry. It's not too windy for it. It's not going to float away like in Mary Poppins or the Wizard of Oz here.
And here they come onto the field, all decked in black.
As you said, they are in their black home uniforms, white numbers, black helmets. The Nashua South Purple Panthers are in their white away uniforms, purple numbers. Ready to get things started. We hear the band. We got the captains lining up and ready to go. Your normal captains on the Bedford side of things with Bennett Matthews, Brody Helton, Brennan Krause and Connor Flaherty.
And we'll have the anthem coming your way in just a moment, then the coin flip, and we'll be right back after the anthem.
National anthem performed by members of the Bedford High School Band.
Your Bedford Bulldog Marching Band with the national anthem right there. Well, we've got a moment. We at BCTV and Bedford 105.1 would like to thank our underwriters for supporting our live sports coverage. Primary Bank, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and great New Hampshire restaurants like T-Bones and the Copper Door. Thank you very much for your support. Captain's going to the Big B in the middle of the field to flip the coin, find out who's going to be kicking off or receiving. Of these Panthers teams, who are we looking for in particular? Who are the offensive players that we need to watch out for?
Of course, their offense is led by their quarterback, Cody Jackson. The senior back there is quite an athlete, can sling the ball down the field, can also damage you with his wheels on the inside. Quite an athlete. Also, you can look in wide receivers, Levesque, Fish, and Tripp, and then Levine coming out of the backfield. All these guys have talent. They're spreading the ball all over the field. Again, they'll be mostly in that four-wide set with just Levine in the backfield next to Cody Jackson. And it'll be a true test for this Bulldog defense. Of course, they've done well against them earlier this season. They've done well all season, but it's a different game. Both of these teams have had a chance to mature. They've had a chance to add new wrinkles, add new defensive sets, blitz packages, and then, of course, similar on the offensive side. Different formations, different ways to attack a defense. So, whole new ball game in this semifinal matchup. We're ready to go.
And the coin flip, won by the Panthers. They have chosen to get the ball first. They want to get the jump on the Bulldogs, so they'll be receiving. Bedford will be defending the goal to our right, and we're about to kick things off here at Bedford High Stadium.
Exciting night, Harry.
Of course, another game in progress, the one between Pinkerton and Salem. That started, I believe, 30 minutes ago, so we should have some updates for you throughout the game.
Pinkerton was up 7-0 after the first quarter in that other semifinal matchup. Again, that's number 3 Pinkerton taking on number 7 Salem.
Don't forget, it was the Pinkerton Astros that ended the Bulldog season last year in the semifinal round. Semifinal round that Pinkerton took them out in. It also ended the winning streak. The 2-season-plus winning streak for the Bulldogs.
Sure did. And we have an update from that game, even more recent information. It's 21-0 Pinkerton. They're in the second quarter at this point.
Well, there you go. Looks like Pinkerton is punching their ticket to Stello Stadium. That's where the finals will be next Saturday, I believe, right?
Saturday at 1 p.m.
1 o'clock.
These two teams here battling for their own ticket to get to Stellos and vie for the state championship at this Division I level. We are ready for quick kickoff. 12 minutes on the board, and away it goes. Outside the muffed and out over that far sideline.
That was Justin Fish, who had a run up to that short kickoff, and he hit it off his chest. Lucky for him, it went out of bounds, so no harm, no foul. They're going to take over at the Just waiting to see. I guess they're going to mark the ball at the point of the fumble, which was at the 28-yard line. So that's where the Panthers will start 1st and 10.
1st and 10 for Jackson.
1st and 10.
Looks like they'll be just inside the 28, maybe at the 27 of their own side of the football. 3 wide receivers to the right side, 1 out to the left. Levine to his left in the backfield. He's in the shotgun, 5 yards deep. He calls out the signals, takes the snap, hands it off. Levine to the near side. He runs to the right, trying to get off tackle, and he's buried right at the line of scrimmage. A big hit at the point of attack.
And Brody Helton led that tackling crew for the Bulldogs. So that's a loss of 1 yard there, or actually they're going to say loss of 2, marking him back to the 26.
2nd and 12 on the scoreboard. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Levine to the left of Jackson in the backfield. He's in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks to his left, now down over the middle, delivers over the middle, too high, incomplete. 3rd and 12 upcoming on this first possession for the Purple Panthers.
That was intended for Levesque, number 5. He was right around the 43-yard line. Would have been a first down if they had connected. But now it's 3rd and 11. Long 3rd here for the Panthers.
Pass there just a bit high. Needed a little more touch on it, but he was surrounded by defenders on each side. So incomplete. 3rd and 12. 3 receivers out left, 1 to the right. Jackson takes the snap. He rolls to the left, gets cut off by Kraus. Now he comes back to the near side. Look downfield, tries an option, delivers it deep. He's got a man, it's tipped away. Phenomenal defensive play by Connor Sturgis, getting in a hand very late and tipping it away from Josh Tripp.
That was an amazing play there by Sturgis, because Joshua Tripp, number 11, wide open at the Bedford 40-yard line. If that connection is made, there's nobody between him and the end zone. But Sturgis came in, dove, got the arm on the ball, knocked it away. It is 4th and 11.
Phenomenal play there by Connor Sturgis. Forces the punt. Nashua South has the punter 16 deep, takes the snap, kicks it through a short kick to the near sideline. It may not have gotten out of Nashua South territory. They're going to mark it at the 40, maybe even inside 40-yard line. So the Bulldogs get phenomenal field position for their first offensive possession on the Nashua South 40-yard line.
Bedford with terrific field position here. Not a very good punt there by the Panthers. 1st and 10 from the 40 here.
11:08 to go here in the first quarter. The Bulldogs with their first offensive possession. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Matthew Zistel, Helton behind him. Motion left to right. He'll hand it to Helton. Off tackle right. Helton cuts it back. Tries to cut it inside and going over the right guard. Gets ahead for 1 yard. 2nd and 9 upcoming. 0-0 still your score here early in the first.
Ray Karunu leading the tackle there for the Nashua South Purple Panthers. And that limits the gain for Helton to 1 yard. 2nd and 9 from the South 39-yard line.
Matthews trots back to the huddle. Might look for a quick early strike here as the Bulldogs have phenomenal field position here already on the 39-yard line.
It has Elsmore as the lone receiver off to the right.
And then Tripp's bunched to the Matthews snap. He's going to keep it a left tackle, and he's down to the 20, 5. He's in, touchdown. Matthews, second play from scrimmage, and the Bulldogs are ahead 6-0, just like that.
Well, so much for containing Bennett Matthews. He just took the ball and ran to his left, found a hole. He had a blocker with him. I believe it was Durso leading the way. Or maybe it was Helton, because Durso was the man in motion.
Yeah, Durso had gone in motion left to right. Helton was leading him through the way. Picked up a block here and there. Big boys up front, opened up a big hole. Matthews was hardly touched on his way to pay dirt. 6-0, the PAT upcoming. Snap is back, the hold is down, kick is up, it looks good, it is good. And just like that, the Bulldogs come out 2 plays later, they're up 7-0.
Winter sports season will start very soon on BCTV and Bedford 105.1, starting with boys basketball against the always good Trinity Pioneers. Friday, December 12th, 7 p.m. That'll be from Bedford High Gym. Corey, I'm sure you'll be there calling that game.
Looking forward to it. We have a football season to end here first, though. See how we can extend it potentially for another week. And then, yes, we'll be in the gym and ready to see the Hoopsters take the court, see what they can do.
Always exciting watching both the boys and the girls play.
Coach Moreno likely starting practices here in the next couple of weeks to get his team sorted out. We wish him luck this year. As well as Coach Gibbs on the girls' side of things. 10-18 here in the first quarter. The Bulldogs with a two-play possession, scoring as Matthews ran 39 yards again after the Bulldogs got phenomenal field position. A 3-and-out for the Panthers. Short punt gave them the ball on the Panthers 40, and Matthews did it with his legs. Kickoff here down to about the 20. Now coming out with some room, Colvin Levesque. He gets to that far sideline out past the 40-yard line. Nice return there. We do have a late flag. It's on the 41-yard line, so we'll see what that is. But Levesque started to the right, went back out to the left to that far side and found a little bit of room to get it out past the 40. Let's see what they say about this dirty laundry.
Yeah, it was good hesitation move there by Levesque. It's a hold on Nashua South, so that's going to come back, unfortunately. But going back to Levesque's run, he was very patient with the ball, waited for his blockers to develop, was able to find a hole off to his left and took off and gained an extra 10-15 yards. But that's going to be wiped out here by a holding call.
So they'll march it back. Looks like the holding occurred on the 41, so they'll put it back on the 31-yard line after marching off those 10 yards.
Penalty from the spot of the foul. First down, Nashua.
So the Purple Panthers starting more or less where they started from the last time, where they went 3-and-out on their first possession here. Second try to get something on the board.
Two backs in the backfield with Jackson. He takes the snap, hands it off to the first one through, tries it off the guard to the right side. Ahead for a yard, maybe two.
Connor Flaherty for the Bulldogs with the tackle.
Levine on the carry. They give him 2 yards, so 2nd and 8 upcoming from their own 33. Same formation, two backs in the backfield. Big number 44, Bruno Gonzalez, is the up back. Jackson takes a snap, looks left, and it's picked. Helton has it. He's into the 20, down to the 15, 10. It's going to be a pick six, Brody Helton. And just like that, the Bulldogs storming to a 2-score lead. Helton saw it, stepped into that passing lane, and took it to pay dirt. The Bulldogs ahead 13-0 with the PAT to come.
And the man who threw that pick was the last one to stop him from reaching the end zone. Of course, Helton, when you're on him one-on-one, it's really hard to bring him down. So Helton able to dust him and get past him and go into the end zone for a pick six.
Did you say that Helton is tough to bring down?
He's tough to bring down.
He's tough to bring down. PAT upcoming. Elijah Todd will do the kicking duties as normal. The snap is back. The hold is down. The kick is up. It looks good. It is good. And just like that, the Bulldogs ahead 14-0 with 9:31 to go here in the first quarter.
Did you happen to note where he caught the interception? Was it about the 35? Between 35 and 40, right?
So the ball was on their own 33-yard line.
33, okay.
After a 2-yard run by Levine. So it looked like he was at about the 36, maybe 38-yard line.
Okay, let's call it 38
yeah,
yard.
Let's call it a 38-yard pick six. Unfortunately, we don't have the replays here in the booth tonight. So we appreciate all of the technical support from our folks back in the studio. Andrew Fenn, we had some snafus here coming into game time, so we don't have the replays here, but you do have them at home. But we do hear from our studio that it was about a 38 or 39-yard interception return for Helton.
Now, we are shooting the game for future replays, so we'll have the video with our call on BCTV in a couple of days. And the same will be true on the finals if we...
So just like that, 3.5 minutes here in. Geez, only 2.5 minutes in. We're at 9:31 The score is 14-0. The Bulldogs ahead very quickly here. Now the kickoff goes back to the 10-yard line as it scoots through one of the returners' legs. They bring it back out to the 14-yard line where they are met by a host of Bulldog tacklers. The Panthers will have it 1st and 10 on their own 14-yard line.
So 3 kickoffs already by Todd, and each one has been a little different. The first one high and short. The second one high and long. That one a low line drive. Hits the ground, gets past the up men, and got past Levesque. He had to go back and retrieve the ball, and that leaves them in a very precarious 14-yard line for the drive start here for the Purple Panthers.
1st and 10 for Jackson. He has 3 receivers out to the left, 1 split wide to the right. Levine is to his right in the backfield as he's in the gun 5 yards deep. He takes the snap, looks left, pulls it down, he's going to run. Heads up the middle, avoids 2 or 3 tacklers, and now gets tackled from behind, but not before he has first down yardage out close to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, that was a good job there by Levine to hang on to the ball. He had several Bulldogs clawing at it.
I believe that was Jackson on the run there.
Jackson, I'm sorry. Yeah. At one time, it looked like the ball was going to come loose.
3 receivers out left, 1 to the right for Jackson. He's going to hand it off. Levine tries to get to the right edge. He's forced out of bounds close to the 30-yard line. Ahead for 5, maybe 6 yards. Let's check the spot as they bring it back to the right hash. They'll put it right at the 30-yard line, so a 5-yard carry brings up 2nd and 5.
Now this is what the Panthers need, some positive plays on offense just to get into a rhythm.
Same formation, 3 left, 1 right. He'll hand it off to Levine. They try off tackle left. Ahead for 1 or 2 yards. The Bulldogs stack him up at the 32. It'll bring up 3rd and 3 for the Panthers.
Brody Helton was the first to meet him, and then Brennan Krause came to finish him off along with several other Bulldogs. So 3rd and 3. To go. Bedford with 14 lead here in the first.
Backfield for Jackson. 3 left, 2 receivers out to the right. They try the hard count and it works. Some undisciplined defensive line play as they jump into that neutral zone. We'll have an offside infraction on the defense that'll give the Nashua South Purple Panthers the easy first down as they march 35. 1st and 10 on the 37.
Yeah, Alex Bissonette a little eager there trying to get to the quarterback jump, and he knew it. Kind of sheepishly went back to his position, but it was too late. The flags are flying.
They threw it on Bissonette. I think there were more than one. It might maybe a Flaherty jump in there too, but either way, 5 yards. They go empty backfield again. Jackson keeps it, takes a pop right after he crosses the line of scrimmage. He gets out close to the 40-yard line. Helton coming up from that linebacker position and delivering a blow on Cody Jackson.
Yeah, Helton coming up to meet the quarterback.
3-yard carry, 2nd and 7 for the Panthers. As they look to the sideline. He sure did. Trips bunch to the left-hand side of the line for Cody Jackson. Slot right. He has empty backfield in motion right to left. They'll try the jet sweep to that left side. Levine ahead for a yard, maybe 2, out past the 40. 3rd and 5 coming up for the Panthers on their own 42.
Bulldogs not fooled on the play. Connor Sturgis taking him down.
Looks like they'll stay with that 2 receivers set to the left, 2 to the right. Levine in the backfield with Cody Jackson. He marches up to the line and calls out the coverage to his offensive lineman. Levine to the right of Jackson. He takes the snap, looks over the middle, delivers down, and it is off the hands of his receiver. It looked like fish in the area. Incomplete, close to the Bedford 35-yard line. That'll bring up 4th and 5 for the Nashua South Purple Panthers.
Receiver, he had Cam Santos in front of him. I think Santos almost got an interception there, got both hands on the ball, but he deflected it just enough to make it hard to catch.
Change their
on 4th down in their own territory. I'm sure that they were thinking. And I believe they're going to come out here and punt the ball away.
Home services applaud your efforts and teamwork today, just like you.
Looks like you might be right, as Preston Boys is coming back on that left hash, 16 deep. So the punt unit is on this 4th and 5. Matthews and Helton will be back to receive this punt. As we talked about in the open, Matthews with that 87-yard punt return for a touchdown last week as he electrified this Bulldog crowd. Boys takes the snap. He's going to run and fake it. He's going to the right. He's close, and he's going to have it first down. We do have a flag, though, in the backfield.
In the area of holding.
On the 46-yard line. It came in late from the trailing official, and it is a hold on the defense. So that's going to be a first down for Nashua South. They pick it up on the fake. They caught the Bedford Bulldogs a little off guard there. Coach Matthews is a little confused at the holding call, but they do call it on the Bulldogs, so they'll march them ahead. The Panthers will have a first down in Bedford territory. Let's see how they march it off.
Yeah, Coach Matthews pleading his case there. That was a pretty good call there, that fake. They had that whole right side open.
They called an illegal block, but how can you have an illegal block when you're the defending team? That seems like a very unusual call.
Well, that would explain why Coach Matthews was got his both hands up going, huh?
Perhaps a hold, perhaps something else. They mark it off 10 yards, so the Panthers have a 1st and 10 on the Bulldog 41 after a good call by Coach Porter to go for it. Ran the fake, and now Levine goes to the right side, gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a half yard ahead. They'll mark him at the 40, so a 1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, a flurry of Bulldogs there. Helton, Kraus, Bissonette all meeting Levine. Just shy of the 40-yard line here. 2nd and 9 coming up.
6:38 and counting here in the first quarter. 14-0 is your score. The Bulldogs leading the Panthers here early. Jackson, 2 right, 2 left. Takes the snap. He looks to the left. Now down over the middle. He's going to pull it down and run. He's got some room. Now he gets hit at the 37-yard line. He won't go any further. He's ahead for maybe 4-yard gain. They'll mark him at the 36, so 3rd and 5 upcoming.
Cam Santos with the first down saving tackle.
These linebackers doing a nice job of spying Jackson, as he is known to be able to scamper out of the pocket, getting himself some time to look downfield, but also being a threat on the ground himself. So 3rd and 5 for the Panthers. 3 receivers out to the left. Tight end is right. Levine to the right of Jackson in the backfield. He takes the snap, looks to the left, feels pressure, gets to the right. He's going to tuck it and run. He gets to the 30, inside the 30 and out of bounds.
Good
He's got a first down.
Jackson showing some speed right there, taking off. It looked like Helton was coming on a blitz from the left side, chased him out of the pocket. He was able to use his feet to get that first down all the way down to the 24-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Panthers. 24-yard line, as you said. 5:36 to go here in the first quarter. The Panthers trail 14 after a first possession touchdown and a pick 6. Jackson takes the snap. He's going to roll left, looks deep, delivers it into the end zone. Matthews picks it off. It's a touchback. We learned this last week, that this return does not matter, as it was a touchback. We're going to get a flag on the call, as Matthews is still out there. He's going to go down at the 24. I think they're going to call blindside block there on the return.
Yeah, and that hurt the Panthers player there, number 55, taking the brunt of that hit, Ted Smiley. Now, a little confusion here, because they didn't blow the whistle when Matthews made the interception in the end zone. So if it was a touchback, there can't be a penalty.
Good point there. We did learn last week, as Winnicott had an interception in the end zone.
So they're letting him return the ball out of the end zone. and they're going to enforce the penalty. So they're going to put him back all the way to the 10-yard line? Further than that. It's going to be more, yeah, it's going to be at the 9-yard line.
Looks like it's at the 9. Very confusing as to what's going on, but 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on their own 9-yard line. 5:20 to go here in the first quarter. They lead 14-0.
Yeah, if you remember last week, the Winnicunnet had a 101-yard pick six that they waved off, claiming that he caught it in the end zone at the touchback. Exactly the same thing happening here, and they allowed Matthews to run the ball out of the end zone. Of course, they're at the 9-yard line now.
Bulldogs motion to 2 receivers right and 2 left. Helton takes the handoff. He goes to the left-hand side. He gets past the 15, out close to the first down yardage at near the 29. I think he's still about a half-yard short, but a good pickup on first down for the Bulldogs.
Joshua Tripp with the tackle there for the Purple Panthers. You know, you could see Helton kind of running toward us. He got a really great view of how shifty he is with the ball, and he just literally stepped out of the reach of a potential tackler back around the line of scrimmage.
Another quick update from that other semifinal game. Pinkerton leads Salem 21-0 at halftime. 4:40 to go here in the first quarter. The Bulldogs up 14-0. Matthews takes the snap, hands it to Helton. Off tackle right. He's got some room and a first down past the 25 out to the 26-yard line, where the Bulldogs will move the chains and have a first down.
Ted Smiley is out there making that tackle. He was the one who got hit from behind on the interception. He looked a little shaken up, but he's back out there now, and he made the tackle on Helton. But not quick enough. They got the first down at the 26-yard line.
Might see a little run or play action here as the Bulldogs get a little bit of breathing room. They've been on the ground almost exclusively throughout this first quarter. We're going to get a timeout, officials side, or Nashua South taking a timeout. Not quite sure where that's coming from. We will have in the action. 4:08 to go here in the first quarter.
Well, we got some time. Let's talk about what's coming up on BCTV and Bedford 105.1. Winter sports. I mentioned earlier the boys basketball game against Trinity on December 12th. On the following Wednesday, the 17th of December, it'll be the Bulldogs hosting the Nashua North and South co-op team. The Titan Panthers, or Panther Titans, or whatever they're going to call the team. You know, they whenever they have a co-op team, they have to pick a name, right?
It's true. It's true.
And it's usually a conglomeration of the two schools. So.
Right.
Anyway, that's going to come up on 17th at St. Anselm's Sullivan Arena.
Was a quick officials timeout as they were sorting out a problem with the chains. Matthews takes the snap. They do go to the air here. He has a lot of time. Now he's going to deliver short over the middle. Helton out of the backfield, avoids one tackler, and then gets tackled out to the 45-yard line. About a 20-yard pickup for the Bulldogs. They'll have a 1st and 10 on their own 45.
And it looks like Helton lost his helmet. He's going to have to come off for a play at the very least.
Comes to the nearest sideline, and he'll take a break for a moment.
And Winston Hune goes in for him, number 7.
3:33 to go here in the first quarter. Ball's on the left hash for the Bulldog offense as they come out of the shadows of their own goalpost. This drive started back on their own 9-yard line.
And speaking of Winston Hume, he was wearing a protective cap on his helmet last week. That cap is now gone.
Slot left. The Bulldogs switch it over to the left-hand side here. Now they're going to do a little bit of a reverse here for Bryson Dirt. He goes out to the right side, gets the edge, dances around, and gets ahead for 6, maybe 7 yards. They'll call it 6 as he's into Nashua South territory at the 49-yard line over midfield.
Great adjustment. Panthers player down. We're waiting to see the number of that player. He's laying face down on the field. Anyway, I was going to mention that Durso had a great adjustment there. He was trying to get to the edge. He was stopping, trying to see if he could fake somebody out to get an opening. He finally decided to cut it inside and got those 6 yards.
And that is the slipperiness of Bryson Durso. Again, we've discovered that he is quite an athlete. He's added to that offensive weaponry that Coach Matthews has at his fingertips. Of course, we knew about Helton and Matthews coming into the season. Durso had contributed a bit last year, but not to the extent that we have seen this year. And he's the leading receiver in yards as well as catches and touchdowns, and then third on the team in rushing.
Caden Doubleday, by the way, was the player for Nashua South.
Matthews hands to Helton. He goes to the left-hand side. Ahead for 3 yards. Tackled near the 46-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and 1.
And Durso is one of the players, one of the underclassmen that will be inheriting the lead roles on this team when players like Helton and Matthews graduate.
Of course, Durso being a junior.
3rd and 1.
3rd and 1 for the Bulldogs. 2 receivers to the right, 2 left. Both in slot formation, double slot. Durso goes motion, right to left. He'll try the jet sweep to this left-hand side, near sideline. He's got enough for a first down and more. As he's inside the 40-yard line, they mark him at the 39. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs as they sustain the drive.
Yeah, showing that slipperiness once again. He was doing another sweep, this time to the left. Really not much open. He had to find the seam to attack, and he was able to get enough yardage for the first down.
They mark him at the 40. So forward progress stopped there. Bulldogs will have trips out to the right-hand side. Tight end Beskar is left. Matthews to the right. Helton to the right of Matthews. They fake it. Run pass option. They were looking for Durso over the middle. Just a touch behind him, but it does go through Durso's hands. He's probably going to want that one back. So incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, slippery hands that time. He kind of had the ball up behind his head, and he did get both hands on it, slipped right through.
It looked like one of those RPOs or run pass options. I'm sure Matthews, it was a designed pass as it was a quick slant over the middle, but certainly had that play action to Helton before he pulled it out and tried to deliver a quick one to Durso as he was slanting through the middle. Incomplete. Trips bunched to the left-hand side. Elsmore split way out to the right. Matthews in the pistol. Durso goes motion left to right. They hand to Helton. He goes to the right-hand side. He gets stopped, but after a 2-yard gain, so 3rd and 8 coming up. Nice open field tackle there by the Panthers.
Yeah, that was from Justin Fish, number 1, and Helton literally jumped into his arms there, the way he cut.
So 3rd and 8. Matthews brings the offense back to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers to the left. Beskar is tight right. Helton to the left of Matthews in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He goes to the left-hand side. Down 33, first down, likely 4-down territory.
Bruno's at the tackle there, and it's going to be 4th and 3 coming up, and I would imagine they will go for it here. It looks like there's just enough time.
Stay on. Yeah, 35 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
They're going to have to snap the ball before the quarter runs out here.
4th and 3. Bennett Matthews trots back to the huddle as they look to pick up this first down and keep this possession going. Again, it started way back on their own 9-yard line. After
arms already up, they better hurry and snap here.
An interception in the end zone brought out, but a penalty brought it back to the 9-yard line. They motion 2 receivers out to the right-hand side.
Going to be delay of game.
A timeout before the delay of game as Coach Matthews was keeping his eye on the back judge and seeing how close he was to a delay of game. Calls the timeout, saves the 5 yards. So 4th and 3 upcoming as Coach Matthews and the offense will discuss how best to pick this up.
Yeah, at least the one advantage you have is you saw what the defense looked like that Nashua South was putting out there for you. They did get a very late start out of the huddle, and the arm of the official, we don't have a clock here in NHIAA football, so you have to watch the back judge. His arm goes up at 10 seconds, I believe, and then his arm does the sideway count when it's down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I think they were just about out of time when the ball finally snapped. And Coach Matthews, not wanting to take any chances, decides to burn a timeout. Why not? He's got 3.
6.6 seconds left here in the first quarter. The ball is on the Nashua South 33-yard line, 4th and 3. It looks like it's just at the 30-yard line where the first down marker is for the Bulldogs. Bounce 3 to the boundary to the left. Matthews in the pistol with Helton behind. Durso goes in motion left to right. They give to Helton. He's right up the middle. He's got a lot of room. 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Brody Helton, 33 yards on 4th and 3. Picked up the first down, but a whole lot more. I think we have a flag in the end zone too after the score, but I'm pretty sure that will stand. So Helton breaks free right up the middle.
Nothing fancy, right? They found the hole.
Nothing fancy.
Just give him the ball and get a head of steam going. Broke through.
Good blocking up front, opened up a hole, and nobody was going to catch him. We do see that unsportsmanlike penalty.
A dead ball foul.
On the Bulldogs. It will be enforced on the kickoff. They will try the extra point as normal from the 3-yard line.
We saw those in the first game with Nashua South. You know, I guess the officials don't like to see much celebrating or trash talking after a score.
We can't see what's going on from here. It could be some chirping. It could be a celebratory dance of some sort or another. We don't know, as we're a little far away from it to see. We hear the announcement in the stadium of an unsportsmanlike conduct, so not quite sure what it was flagged for, but they're there, they're on the scene, and they throw the flag.
That'll move the ball back on the kickoff.
20-0 is your score. It is unfortunate. It does mar the...
Well, actually, I meant fortunate that they don't mark it off here on their extra point, because if they made it a 15-yard further out, then it's much tougher extra point.
It sure is. Ball will be marked on the 10-yard line for the normal PAT. The snap is back. Good. It is good. The Bulldogs ahead 21-0 after 1. Again, a 30-yard touchdown run by Matthews on their second play from scrimmage. A pick 6 by Brody Helton put them up 14-0, and now Helton again into the end zone on a 33-yard touchdown run for your 3 scores in this first quarter.
We at BCTV and Bedford 105.1 would like to thank our underwriters for supporting our live sports coverage. They include Primary Bank, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Elson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and great New Hampshire restaurants like T-Bones and the Copper Door. And I might mention too that if your organization or business would like to become a supporter of sports broadcasting on BCTV and Bedford 105.1, give BCTV a call.
Coach Matthews having a conversation down to our left with 3 of the officials, perhaps questioning the call after the touchdown. They will mark it off from the 40-yard line.
So they'll probably kick it off to the 25.
That's what I would think, unless they're going to call another penalty here. No, they'll mark it at the 25. So that 15 yards enforced on this ensuing kickoff.
That should give pretty decent field position here for the Purple Panthers, trailing 21-0. We'll see what now they're changing their mind once again here. They can't quite make up their minds where the ball's going to go. Finally, they say, okay, 25-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're as confused as we are up here. We have no idea what they're talking about. And it seemed like they were like, no, we have to be on the other 25. No, well, it's second quarter now, so swap ends. So Elijah Todd.
Weird. It's weird because they scored the touchdown in that end zone, and now they're staying in that end zone.
Right.
Of course, the quarter changed.
We do have 12 minutes back on the board, ready to get things started here in the second quarter. 21-0 is your score. The Bulldogs up after 2 running touchdowns. Despite the 15-yard penalty, the Bulldogs
slowing down the runner. So way to not give.
One of the linebackers needs a blow, and obviously on that offensive line too, doing a marvelous job all season. Jackson has two backs in the backfield. Slot right, split left. He takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Levine. He goes to the right side of the line, but he's captured pretty closely after he takes the ball. Camden Santos in on the tackle. No gain on the play. They mark it on the 41, close to the right hash. 2nd and 10 upcoming. Santos, huge contributor on the defensive side of the ball here. Jackson snap, he gets hit in the backfield. Excuse me, they give it to Levine. He gets hit pretty close after he takes the handoff from Jackson. They'll mark him at the 43-yard line, so 2-yard gain. 3rd and 8 coming.
Cody Byer hitting him at the line of scrimmage, but Levine able to fall ahead for an extra 2 yards. Now another long 3rd down here, 3rd and 8.
Bring in their 2 wide receivers, so we'll either have 4 wide or maybe even empty backfield. We'll see where Levine lines up. He'll stay in the backfield with Jackson. They have 3 receivers left, 1 split to the right. Levine to the left of Jackson. He'll take the snap and roll to the left. He gets pressure, now rolls back to the right. Eyes are downfield, he pauses, looks downfield, back across the line, and now we're gonna get a flag on the backside. Roughing the passer is gonna be called on Brennan Krause. Tough one there. Dangerous pass there though.
Very much so.
As Jackson was throwing really, really late across the field and had a receiver, but usually there's a lot of traffic that will interrupt that. And Krause is going to take the penalty late there as he hit Jackson after he delivered the ball.
Yeah, Justin Fish was the intended receiver. I was keeping an eye out for a grounding flag, but Justin
I believe Fish was
definitely the receiver that was intended as the target. So it's all moot because of the roughing call, and the sticks move, and it's 1st and 10 in Bedford territory at the 42.
So after they mark off those 15 yards, the Panthers will have a 1st and 10. Trips bunch to the right. Wide receiver to the left. It's a toss sweep out to the right. Levine takes it ahead. We're going to get a flag in the backfield, though, likely a hold. As Levine got ahead for 5 or 6 yards, but we do have a flag sitting back at the 42 or 43-yard line. In the area where they're usually calling a hold, and that's what we see, holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty from that spot will put it back inside Nashua South territory. They'll be on their own 48.
I'm sure Coach Matthews isn't happy with the roughing call there. You don't want to help out the Panthers here. And the last drive that they had was helped out by a couple of untimely penalties on the Bulldogs. And then, of course, you had the unsportsmanlike that created the short field on the kickoff.
They were able to overcome the penalty on the interception that put them back on the 9-yard line, but South has 1st and 20 here. They tried a little bubble screen out to the right-hand side, trip on the catch. He's ahead for 7 yards back into Bedford territory at the 45. We'll have 2nd and 13 coming up here with 10 minutes left here in the first half. Clock ticks. The Panthers trail 21-0. Touchdown runs by Matthews, 39 yards.
Yeah, I was going to say, not there.
hit the middle. He's hit right away. Levine is, as Bissonnette was on to that draw play. He might have gotten a yard. He's close to the 43-yard line, so maybe 1 yard on the gain.
Still
it will be 4th and 11 here.
So they're going to keep the offense on the field here. I don't think a punt would work here. And of course, Bedford burned the last time that the Panthers tried to punt the ball.
Of course, they trail 21-0. That might be a good spot for a quick kick, but they're going to keep the offense on the field. Cody Jackson takes the snap. He rolls to the right-hand side, delivers it deep. He's got a man behind, back and on the catch inside the 10. Not in for the score. I think he's pushed out of bounds. Can't see exactly where they're going to mark it. Maybe at the 3 or 4 yard line, but a great catch.
The officials at the 4 yard line. That was Fish. All alone, got behind Bedford coverage, and Jackson rolls out to his right and finds his receiver down the sideline. Last minute, I think it was touchdown.
Was that
now it's first and
Tripp or
goal.
Fish? I saw one. I didn't see 2 ones.
It was 11.
Okay, yeah, that's Tripp then. Little fake inside, and now scrambling out to the left-hand side. Touchdown. Purple Panthers, as Cody Jackson keeps it and goes to the left-hand side for a 4-yard touchdown run. So the Purple Panthers had a conversion on 4th and 11, a deep pass. They get it inside the 5 yard line. Just 1 play later, Jackson converts on the touchdown. PAT, 4 boys upcoming. Snap is back. The hold is down. The kick is up. It looks good. It is good. And the score is 21-7. After a 59-yard touchdown drive capped off by Jackson's 4-yard touchdown run.
It is easy to listen to Bedford 105.1 online. Just go to bedford1051.com to find our streaming link. We also stream on phone apps like TuneIn, MyTuner, Simple Radio, and Radio Garden. Or if you have an Alexa-enabled device, just say, Alexa, play Bedford 105.1.
So as we expected, 2 potent offenses. We've seen a decent amount of scoring so far. 8:09 left in the first half. We've already seen 4 touchdowns, 3 for the Bulldogs and now 1 here for the Purple Panthers. Of course, the Purple Panthers aided a little bit in their field position by a penalty, as Helton scored on a 33-yard touchdown run, perhaps a little over-exuberance on their celebration, giving the Panthers good field position on their own 41 to start.
And don't forget the roughing call that kept their drive alive, gave them a first down, even though they did have a holding call afterwards, but they would have lost the ball earlier if that was the case. Here's an onside.
Taken by the up back, out past the 40-yard line. Nice job by Sturgis to range forward, secure the ball, and get it to at least the 50-yard line. That's exactly where they'll spot it. So the Bulldogs now with great field position of their own.
Yeah, Panthers special teams here pulling out all the tricks. We had a fake punt, and now we had an onside kick that was kicked right to Sturgis. He was the ball just hopped into his arms like a puppy, and off he went.
Good positioning and nice job to secure that ball. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Matthews in the gun, takes the snap, looks to the right-hand side. Quick out off the hands of his receiver. Elsmore couldn't pull it in. A little 5-yard out. Nice timing pattern, just a little wide, and Elsmore couldn't bring it in. 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Yeah, it's usually a catch that Elsmore will make. That was actually a pretty tricky throw between 2 defenders. So Matthews had to really thread the needle there. It's a shame that Elsmore didn't come down to it with it, although it would have only been about a 4 or 5 yard gain.
5 yards is positive. It's a 5-yard gain. Either way, it's incomplete. 3 receivers go to the left. Elsmore is split to the right into the boundary. Durso in motion. Give to Helton. Go left-hand side. He's ahead for 6 yards inside the 45. They mark it down at the 44.
Kerfuffle here. Waiting to see some flags. Nothing thrown.
Looked like Ben ended up on his back at the end of the play. No flag comes out. Flaherty didn't take too kindly to that.
Yeah, Ted Smiley was the one who shoved Ben down after the play.
3rd and 4 upcoming as the Bulldogs have it just outside the 44. They need to get down inside the 40-yard line for a first down. 7:26 and counting here in the first half. They lead 21-7. Be interesting to see how this Bulldog offense responds to that first score of the game by the Panthers. 3 receivers to the right-hand side. We're going to get a timeout. They haven't indicated where the timeout's coming from. Perhaps the near side. Coach Matthews exasperated again. So I believe the Bulldogs will be taking that timeout. 3rd and 4 upcoming. It is a Bulldog timeout. 7:10 to go here in the first half.
New Hampshire and the NHIAA have
So adding to their touchdown totals on the year, Helton again with 2 touchdowns, 1 on the ground, 1 on an interception return. Matthews on the ground, pushing those totals out.
That gives Brody Helton a total of 20 touchdowns on the season. That includes the regular and playoffs.
And that's through the ground, on the ground, through the air, and the interception return. Matthews has 17 touchdowns of his own. Not too shabby. 3rd and 4. Trips bunch to the right side of the line. Split out left is Elsmore. Matthews sends Durso in motion. He'll take the snap and go to the right-hand side. He's got a first down inside the 40. Down close to the 36-yard line. They'll probably mark him at the 37. It is a first down, though. And the Bulldogs looking to get right back on this Purple Panther defense. They mark it at the 37. Again, Jackson scoring on a 4-yard touchdown run after Josh Tripp had a great reception down that far sideline for the right of the offense, overcoming some adversity on their last offensive possession for the Panthers, getting their first points on the board, and now Matthews trying to answer. He takes the snap, delivers to the near side. It's incomplete. He had Durso on a little quick hitch. Tried to deliver it quick out to the flat here and get some blockers in front of Durso, but it's delivered a bit low. So incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up. 6:39 to go in this first half. 21-7 again is your score. Last score update that we had from Pinkerton, they were up 21-0 time over Salem in the other semifinal matchup. That game started at 6 p.m. Same score, 3:59 left in the 3rd for Pinkerton. They are up 3 scores here. Helton takes it off tackle left. Close to the first down mark there. Down inside the 30, they mark it at the 28 perhaps. Well, we do have a flag on the play. Holding on the offense. Tough one there, as it was a good solid run from Helton. That flag sitting on the 39-yard line, so it will come back 10 yards from that spot. 2nd and 20 or so coming up. It is 2nd and 20.
It's nice to have the officials mic'd up today.
Sure is. We really appreciate that. Ball's on the Nashua South 47-yard line. 2nd and 20. Slot right, tight left. Matthews takes the snap, hands it off to Helton. He takes it to the right-hand side. Runs through a hole, and then over a tackler. Levesque comes up, tries to take his legs out, and he does at the 41-yard line.
Colvin Levesque on the tackle for Nashua.
So 6 yards on that carry.
3rd and 15 for the Bulldogs.
3rd and about 14 or 15. They need, again, to get down to that 27-yard line. So 3rd and 14. 5:45 and counting here in the first half. Slot right, slot left. Helton to the left of Matthews in the shotgun. in motion. Snap is back. The hold is down. The kick is up. It looks good. It is good. And Elsmore from Matthews, 41 yards on the touchdown. 28-7 is your score with 5:24 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, apologies for disappearing on you there, Corey. We're having some technical issues with the connectivity back to the station, so I was just working on that. But while I've got a moment here, you know, becoming a high school official is an easy call. It's lots of fun. Not like anybody questions your calls or anything like that.
Never, never.
Officiating allows you to continue to be a role model by demonstrating quality such as impartiality, fairness, and courage. High school sports officials help protect the integrity of the games we love by teaching and enforcing the rules of play. New officials have an opportunity to make a difference in their communities right away. To learn more about how to become a high school sports official, visit NHIAA.org.
So quite a strike there from quarterback Bennett Matthews. That drive started on the 50. They went down quite a ways. They got some penalties and forced them back. And the ball sitting on the 41 as he delivered from the pocket. It was easily 50 yards in the air as Elsmore was about 5 yards deep into the end zone when he made that catch. Great athleticism by Landon Elsmore. Again, he has 5 touchdowns on the season now as he's been a delightful addition to the Bedford Bulldogs offense. He missed the first game against Nashua South, but adds another weapon. Kickoff taken at the 20-yard line, out close to the 35 where he's gang tackled. I believe that was Levesque on the return. Spotted on the 36.
To the 36-yard line. First and 10.
Where the Panthers will have a 1st and 10. Again, a successful drive last time. They went 41 yards to get their first points on the board. They will look to duplicate that here in the last 5 minutes of this first half.
We may have to keep things here at halftime because we have lost all connectivity back to the station.
All right, trips to the right, stand up end to the left. Jackson takes the snap, rolls to the right, delivers it, incomplete. Intended receiver Fish right at the first down marker, but he couldn't pull it down, so the incompletion brings up 2nd and 10. Again, 5:13 left here in this first half. Jackson has 4 wide receivers, 2 left, 2 right. Levine to his right. He'll hand it off to Levine. Takes it over the right-hand side, just over the guard. They muscle their way ahead, out close to the 44-yard line. Still short of the first down. 3rd and 2 upcoming. 4:55 and running. Call it 3rd and a long 2. Jackson 2 wide to the right side. Slot left as well. Levine will take the handoff. He gets out close to the 45, but the Bulldogs bring a number of gang tacklers. It's still short of the first down by maybe half a yard. 4th and 1 or less upcoming for the Panthers.
The charge brings up 4th down and 1.
Flaherty the there as they tried that right side of the defensive line. Jackson has a slot left, tight right, one split way out to the right as the flanker. Levine to his right in the backfield. He's in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He goes up the middle, and it looks like Levine is going to be short. He stumbled right after he took the handoff and fell at about the 45. I think he's short, and this looks like it's going to be a turnover on downs. The officials standing over it. They're going to take a moment and likely measure, but this is pretty clearly short of first down yardage if I look across the way where those sticks are on the far sideline.
Looks like we're going to get a measurement.
He's just outside of the Nashua South 45-yard line. It looked like he needed to get all the way to the 46. So, Harry, I'm going out on a limb here. He's short.
He did look short to me when I looked up for briefly from my computer.
Appreciate your help there, sir. And he's going to be short. Turnover on downs for the Panthers, and the Bulldogs will have 1st and 10 on the Nashua South 45-yard line. 4 minutes left here in the second quarter. And they will try to put some more distance between themselves. They lead 28-7 right now. Trying to get more before half.
Fortunately, we were able to reestablish contact, so we're up and running.
Fantastic, Harry. I never doubted you. Engineer hard at work here, getting us back out on the airwaves. Appreciate everybody's patience out there during the brief interruption. Matthews goes empty backfield. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Helton goes in motion right to left. Matthews hands it to him. Jet sweep to the left-hand side. He's down to the 40-yard line. 5-yard carry brings up 2nd and 5.
We were on the air the whole time and just connected, able to control the station is what went away. Because we engineer our own broadcasts remotely from the site.
Well, we appreciate everybody joining us, whether it's on the airwaves or on the live stream from everywhere around the country, out there in Arizona, down there in Florida. Listeners and viewers watching from all corners of the country. Seeing the Bulldogs ahead 28-7 right here. They hand off to Helton. He goes to the right-hand side. 4-yard carry brings him up short of the first down. 3rd and 1 upcoming.
Caden Doubleday with the tackle there along with Cole Patno.
Helton had some time there. He got through the initial line of scrimmage there. Hesitated, tried to pick up a block or 2 here and there. And again, a 4-yard carry brings up 3rd and short. 2:50 and counting here in this first half. Matthews in the pistol. Slot left. Up back to the right is Beskar. Motion man left to right. Durso. Matthews keeps it. He goes to the left-hand side. He's got some room. Puts the ball in his left hand. Tries to protect it. Farm with the right as tacklers come from the inside pursuing. He gets down to the 23-yard line. Tough one there as the Bulldogs didn't like the mistreatment.
And the flags fly.
Of course they do. I'm sure it's on the Bulldogs as they came in to protect their quarterback, but we'll see how it gets called.
What happened there where the Panther tacklers had slowed him down. Actually, one of them had him by his jersey, pulling him backwards. And his forward progress has already stopped, but one of them slammed him to the ground wrestling style.
Penalty is on the Bulldogs. They did have first down yardage.
Oh. I would maybe something was said about that tackle. I thought it might have been a roughing tackle, like an excessive roughness call.
They'll talk about it. Flaherty, that's Helton talking with us, one of the
unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense.
There you heard it. So unsportsmanlike on the offense. Coach Matthews is ripping on the near sideline. Did not like how the defense treated his quarterback. Also his son, so he's got a little bit more of a concern there. Either way, it will get marched off on the Bulldogs. They had picked up the first down, but it will be marched backwards. But now the official says first down, so it might have been that it was a dead ball.
Right, yeah, it was.
They count the first down, but now they'll march him back to the 38-yard line.
So the only harm here is just losing the field position. It's still going to be 1st and 10, but they'll be 1st and 10 from the 38.
Because it was a dead ball, they will adjudicate it after the run. So, as you said, 1st and 10 on the Nashua South 38-yard line. 2:28 to go in the first half. 28-7 is the score. The Bulldogs ahead by 3 touchdowns over the Panthers. Slot right. Split out to the left. Up back in a wing position is Beskar to the left of this formation. They'll be in the pistol. Matthews takes a step back, talks to Helton, as the officials are still talking to Coach Matthews here on the near sideline. Sorting through it, Coach Matthews was not pleased about that call. They're talking through it, trying to understand exactly what happened, and of course that discussion usually changes things, right, Harry?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
You can always talk an official out of a call.
So no change, and we have 1st and 10. Matthews takes the snap, fakes it to Helton, play action, he runs to the right-hand side, delivers it to the right side, near sideline, off the hands of Durso. It was over his head, and it would have been a tough catch, but it is incomplete. 2nd and 10.
He was able to get a hand on it. I thought he might be able to one-hand it down to himself, but even if he had made the catch, he would have been out of bounds.
He was running away from Matthews and in an awkward angle. It came over his left shoulder. He got his right mitten up there on the ball, but couldn't bring it down. So incomplete pass, and you're right, it could have been that if he caught it, he still might have not had enough room to put a foot down. So tough one there. No less, he did not catch it, and it is incomplete.
Don't forget the Bulldogs get the ball to start the second half here, so this is a chance for a double dip here.
3 receivers into the boundary to the left. Matthews takes the snap. Play action to Helton. Now he looks to the right. Out pattern for Elsmore, just out of his reach. Not quite close enough. It's incomplete. We have a flag in the backfield. We're going to get a holding on the Bulldogs.
Yeah, 71. Flaherty, they're going to catch him for getting a grip on the Panther rusher.
He's his case, but again, usually that discussion goes nowhere.
You know, in the NFL, you probably would have gotten away with that. It was one of those, not quite a hold, kind of wrap your arm sort of around, partially around the guy.
I think we're a couple levels from the NFL. The yellow hanky came out, and now it's going to be 2nd and 20. Ball is marked on the Nashua South 48-yard line. And despite having decent field position to start, the Bulldogs have kind of gone backwards here.
They've had a couple pass plays, neither of them worked out.
Matthews takes the snap, hands it to Helton. It's a reverse. Durso coming back to the near sideline, picks up a block or two. He's inside the 40, picks up 10. Not a bad way to get back half of the yardage needed.
Yeah, now you're back to a reasonable 3rd and 10.
Reasonable.
Well, it's still a little long, but it's better. It beats 3rd and 20.
Sure does. So 3rd and 10.
And you could even still maybe call a running play here. You get 2 downs.
True.
You're deep enough in Panther territory that you'll probably go for it.
Looks a little closer to 3rd and 11, but I agree. This is 4 down territory. Slot right, slot left. Helton motions out to the right-hand side. They go back to the left. It's a wide receiver screen. Elsmore has it. He brings it all the way across the field.
Might have been a good idea to move up the field.
It could have been. He ran a long way coming back to the near side. His blockers were out to the left, but he was picking and choosing, trying to find a seam in there. Couldn't quite find him. And they tackle him at the 33-yard line. 4th and 5 upcoming as we tick inside a minute. Bulldogs seeing what they can do to get perhaps another 6 or 7 on the scoreboard before halftime.
Yeah, Bulldogs have 1 timeout here. They're not using it yet, although they're taking their time here on the huddle. Now Matthews gets the call from the coach, hustles back to the huddle.
Yeah, he's going to need to take a timeout here, and he does. There it goes. So 33.7 left on the clock. 4th and a long 4, maybe a short 5 coming up. Coach Matthews going to dial up a play.
That's a timeout that should have been called about 30 seconds ago.
Probably, but I'm not sure he's all that upset about it. In this situation, he had 4th and 5.
That's right. Special.
He's maybe burning a little time off the clock, doesn't want the Panthers to have too much time to work. If it is incomplete, he still wants to have limited time for Cody Jackson in that offense to take advantage of 67 yards. They still have some work to do in a fast 2-minute drill. They do have 2 timeouts though, so some ability to stop the clock if they get back on the offensive side.
And maybe Andrew Fenn can give us an update from Pinkerton.
Last we knew, it was 21-0 in the third quarter.
They started that game at 6:30, so they're a good half an hour ahead of us.
We do have an update, 27-0 with the extra point to come as Pinkerton just scored another touchdown.
Then the third?
9:15 left in the fourth.
Okay.
So 4th and 5, the Bulldogs motion people to different formations. Slot left, tight right. Matthews takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. He has room. He's got a first down. Gets out to that left sideline, out of bounds. They'll stop the clock on the first down. He does get out of bounds too. Pushed out of bounds near the 25-yard line. Mark it at the 24. So 26.9 seconds left.
They're now at a point where they might be able to get it in range for Elijah Todd. It's about a 45-yard kick from where they are right now.
They do not have any timeouts left as they burned a couple throughout the first half here. Matthews sprints into the huddle. He knows time is short. As far as the play clock is concerned, they break the huddle. 3 receivers to the right, 1 split to the left. Helton to the left of Matthews. He takes the snap, looks to the left. Out pattern and up pattern. Elsmore gets
that's
tackled.
going to be a flag.
He gets tackled at the 2-yard line. It's pass interference. I don't know. I mean, that was a deep ball. They might think about uncatchable, but you can't really tell as Elsmore was absolutely draped and then tackled on the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, they tackled him as if he already had the ball. And you could argue the pass was uncatchable, but how can you tell when you tackle the guy? He might have been able to run under that ball if he hadn't impeded him.
So the penalty will be marked off. 20 seconds remain before halftime.
And that brings them well inside of Todd's range.
It'll be first down.
They go half the distance. It's down to the 12-yard line where it will be spotted on the left hash.
And this will be about a 30-yard kick if they don't gain any more yards.
Usually it's a 7-yard snap back to the hold, so it would be a 29-yarder from here. But I think Coach Matthews has more in mind. Bennett Matthews takes the snap. Play action to Helton. He rolls to the right, looks downfield, delivers back across the formation. It's picked off at the 1-yard line. There is a flag. Flaherty makes a great tackle on Josh Tripp at the 25-yard line, and that's what we talked about, delivering late over the middle. Tripp stepped in, got the interception, but there is a flag on the play, and it was before he threw the interception.
That was ill-advised throw. I know what he was trying to do because it was lining up with our field of vision. He had the receiver open up in the end zone. He had to throw it back across the field just slightly, not as bad as the last time. But that was enough for Tripp to read the play and make the pick. Now we're going to find out if this penalty negates the interception.
So tough one there as Matthews is trying to make a play. Connor Flaherty, great hustle from the big man. He was able to track down Josh Tripp at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, if it wasn't
he didn't make that,
it could have been a pick six.
Yeah, I mean, Tripp is still running.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
And there you go. I'm not sure if you could hear that at home, but there was a personal foul roughing the passer. That's going to wipe out the interception, half the distance to the goal. And you can hear the Nashua South fans are not too happy about that.
Yeah, a lot of them came here, didn't they?
On the 6-yard line, it's 1st and goal, 6.5 seconds to go here. So
one quick play, and if they don't connect, it'll be a field goal try.
It looks like they're going to go for the field goal right now as we have Elijah Todd trotting out. Dylan Belair will do the honors of holding. Brennan Krause will snap the ball. It's going to be spotted at the 13-yard line, left hash. So a 23-yard attempt here for Elijah Todd. Tough angle, but he's tight enough. Takes the snap. The hold is down. The kick is up. It looks good. It is no good.
The 23-yard.
No good.
Unsuccessful for Bedford.
So they get down inside Purple Panthers territory. Had a chance to put 3 more points on the board. The field goal is no good. Less than a second to go here in the first half. 28-7. Your score remains. The Bulldogs ahead by 3 scores.
It's a touchback. It'll be first down from the 20.
It is a touchback. First and 10 on the 20-yard line for Nashua South.
From the 20.
Todd's not had very good luck on these field
1
goals.
second remaining in the half.
He has not. He missed a couple, I believe, against Thornton Academy.
Right, he's only made 1 of 3.
1 of 4 now.
1 of 4 now.
And the Panthers will take a knee and run out this last less than second. And that'll do it for the first half. Again, the Bulldogs touchdowns from Matthews on a 39-yard run. Helton with a pick 6. Helton again with a 33-yard touchdown run, and then a deep strike, a 41-yard touchdown pass to Elsmore. Has them up 28-7. Cody Jackson on a 4-yard touchdown run for the Purple Panthers. That is their lone score. We will take a break for halftime and join you on the other side for Division I semifinal action here from Bedford High School.
BCTV and WBNH thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business. PrimaryBankNH.com. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing care to help meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Great New Hampshire restaurants. Food tastes better with family. Tbones.com or CopperDoor.com.
Welcome back to Bedford High Stadium. Second half action about to begin here with the Bulldogs leading 28-7. Lots of scoring, lots of action here in this game. A lot of penalties too.
Several penalties, both sides of the ball. We'll focus on the scoring though, Harry. Let's keep it positive as the Bulldogs scored on their second play from scrimmage after a 3-and-out from the Purple Panthers. Bennett Matthews took a 39-yard touchdown run and brought the Bulldogs up 7-0. And then just 2 plays later, Brody Helton had an interception return for a touchdown. It was about a 38-yard return. So the Bulldogs were up 14-0 in the first 2.5 minutes. Quite a way to start a game. On their next possession, the Bulldogs had a 33-yard touchdown run by Brody Helton that put them up 21-0 right at the end of the first quarter. Cody Jackson answered on a 4-yard touchdown scramble to the left-hand side, putting some points on the board for the Panthers, but the Bulldogs answered that quickly, a 41-yard touchdown strike to Landon Elsmore, putting the Bulldogs ahead 28-7. They had a chance to extend it further, but a missed field goal right at the end of the first half left the score 28-7. That's where we are as we start this third quarter. And Harry, you did mention some penalties, some holding calls, some unsportsmanlike calls, roughing the passer calls. A little ugly there, but overall, Coach Matthews has to be pleased with that first half.
Well, he wasn't too pleased with some of the calls, as we saw him get very animated on a couple of them. But I'm sure he'll console himself with a 3-touchdown lead here going into the second half. And I might mention, too, that Bedford will be getting the ball to start the second half. It was the Panthers who won the toss, and they decided to go on offense first. Unfortunately, they spent that advantage by going 3-and-out. Now they give Bedford the ball with a chance to go up by 4 scores.
Quick update from around Division I football. There was only one other game going on tonight.
Only one other round there is.
There it is. There's the other semifinal game against, Pinkerton playing against Salem. They the Pinkerton Astros were hosting. That game has just gone final. 28-0 was the final score there, with Pinkerton advancing to the finals. Again, the winner here this evening will face Pinkerton next Saturday, 1 p.m. kickoff down in Nashua at Stellos Stadium. So these two teams here this evening will battle it out over another 24 minutes of playing time to see who can take on the Astros and prevent the Astros from going back-to-back.
Well, I'm doing this from memory, but I believe if Bedford does hold on and win this game, this will be the third finals meeting of the Astros and the Bulldogs, and they are 1-1.
There you go. That sounds exciting.
And of course, it was the Astros that knocked out Bedford from the playoffs last year, broke their 20-some game unbeaten streak. The Bulldogs, of course, were two-time champions before the Astros, so Bedford a little incentive to prevent the Astros from claiming the same feat.
Two-time and back-to-back in those years in between, 22 and 23. The Astros again winning last year. Kickoff here, short squibber. Wormburner taken all the way down at the 10-yard line. Matthews picks it up, sees some tacklers right away, gets ahead for 5 yards, but Bulldogs will start back in their own territory at their own 15-yard line. Nice special teams play by the Nashua South Purple Panthers. That was Jason Brimley with the low squibber that squirted all the way through the return team.
That was actually a very smart play there by Matthews. The ball got by him. He ran back, and he understood how much time he had to get to the ball before the tacklers arrived. So he took his time, put himself in a position to make a clean pickup. He was able to pick up a couple of yards for his trouble, too.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, their own 15. They come out, trips bunch to the left-hand side of the line. One split end to the right, pistol formation, Helton stacked behind Matthews. He takes the snap, hands to Helton. He goes offside to the left, over the tackle, ahead out past the 20-yard line. Looks like a 5-yard carry.
And Helton was tripped there. I'm sure not intentionally, but if he had gotten through that hole, he could have gotten a big gain.
It's spotted on the 22-yard line, so they give him 6. 2nd and 4 upcoming. Early action here in the third quarter. Again, the Bulldogs ahead, 28-7. Two backs in the backfield with Matthews. Slot right, tight left. Matthews takes the snap, hands to Helton. He goes off right tackle behind his line, out close to the 25-yard line. Still short, I believe, of the first down. I think he needed to get out to the 26. It'll be close, though, as you said.
So about a half yard.
Put it right on the 25, so
on the tackle for Nashua.
3rd and short here. First possession of this third quarter.
1 for Bedford.
Usually halftime adjustments yield some interesting adaptations in the second half. Coach Matthews has been quite successful. A couple of games very tight through the first. A little toss sweep here to Matthews. The ball squirts free. I'm not sure if he was down or not.
They should call that as a down if the officials call it correctly. Helton was on the ground when the ball squirted out.
They come in slowly. It seems like the far side official might be saying what you're saying, is that Helton was down. It did squirt out very late, but now it looks like they may be ruling that it was a fumble and a first down for Nashua South on the turnover.
Well, that is really a turnover. Wow. I mean, Helton was literally laying on the ground when the ball came squirting out. So I don't see how they can call that as a fumble. And you can see the Coach Matthews is pleading his case there. All right, whatever.
We unfortunately can't see the replay, as we've talked about earlier in the broadcast, but you might be seeing it at home. Either way, it goes against the Bulldogs. So 4 receiver set, slot right, slot left for Jackson. He takes the snap, looks out to the right, quick deliver out into the flat. He's got his man. It's tripped. Complete. First down yardage inside the 25. A first down for the Panthers. So this could be a quick turnaround for the Purple Panthers. A lot of times in these situations, you like to try to see a quick change, maybe a deep strike here. 4 receiver set again, 2 right, 2 left for Jackson. Levine to his right. Takes the snap, hands it off, jet sweep to the right-hand side. Good tackle there. In pursuit was Helton. Came and brought the thunder on that tackle.
I'm sure Helton's taking out his disappointment on that fumble call on the tackler there.
3-yard carry brings up 2nd and 7. Was Levine on the carry? Excuse me, I think it was Levesque on the carry. Number 5, as he was in motion, got him out to the right-hand side. Ball's on the right hash for Jackson. He has 3 receivers left, 1 split right into the boundary. He takes the snap, looks left, now looks over the middle, feels pressure, he's going to scramble. He goes to the right-hand side, he's got touchdown yardage. He's forced out of bounds, close to the 10-yard line, not quite there, so I believe it'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers. They mark him at the 12.
Cody Byer with the tackle for the Bulldogs.
And again, that's the threat of Jackson. He's like your beloved Bills quarterback. If he's not a threat through the air, he's definitely a threat on the ground when that pocket collapses. 2 receivers right. They'll hand off up the middle. Not much room there for Levine. Maybe a gain of 1, 2nd and 9 upcoming. So an odd change of events there as the Bulldogs took the second half kickoff, had a couple of plays, and then a fumble by Helton. It looked like he might have been down. The officials ruled it a fumble, and now the Panthers trying to take advantage. Slung out wide, almost picked off as Jackson had intended the pass. I believe that was trip outside to the right-hand side.
Yeah, Cody Byer read that play perfectly, and would have been more perfect if he was able to hold the ball, but he did get both hands on the ball, knocked it down.
Quick hitch to that receiver on the right side. It was Josh Tripp, and just squirts through the hands of Byer. So 3rd and 9 upcoming after that incompletion. 8:55 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Bulldogs lead 28-7. The Panthers trying to get back to within 2 scores.
The officials holding things up here momentarily, not sure why. And now
get things started now. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Levine to the left of Jackson in the backfield. He takes the snap, looks over the middle. It's complete, close to the goal line, but not in. It'll be 1st and goal from the 1. I believe that was Tripp on a slant from the right side. Panthers are going to line up quickly and go no huddle. Jackson takes the snap. They push him from behind. I don't think he got in. He went down to the ground pretty quickly after he took the snap, so the officials will keep him shy of the goal line. 2nd and goal from the 1. They may just do the same thing again. So Jackson has 3 receivers left. He's in the shotgun now. Levine to his left. They hand it off to Levine. He goes to the right-hand side, and he's in. Touchdown, Panthers, on a 1-yard touchdown run by Levine. And it's a 2-score game. They take advantage of phenomenal field position after the turnover. Helton fumbled, and the Panthers took over on the Bedford 39. They marched those 39 yards, capped off by Levine as they go for the extra point. The kick is up. It looks good. It is good. 28-14 is your score with 8:15 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Looking ahead to our BCTV sports schedule, winter sports begins December 12th, or at least it does on the TV side, and radio. Boys basketball as we host the Trinity Pioneers at BHS Gym. 7 p.m. tip-off Friday, December 12th. Corey Mustetiger will have that call. And then I'll have the call of boys ice hockey versus Nashua North and South, the co-op team from Nashua. Wednesday, December 17th, 7 p.m. from Sullivan Arena at St. Anselm. So winter sports season just a few weeks away here in New Hampshire.
Coming up quickly, Harry. Days are getting short.
Pretty short now.
Sunset at 4:15 today, I believe.
I mean, I was just thinking about how when the season started, we had daylight, and now it's pitch dark.
Got another 30 days of trending, and then they'll get longer, Harry. You can stay optimistic. We don't want you to come with seasonal affective disorder here throughout the winter season. The Panthers ready to kick things off. It's teed up on their 40-yard line. A low worm burner taken at the 35. Nicely caught there. Taken ahead by Teddy LaPointe. Looks like he got back to the 40, tried to bounce off some tacklers. They'll mark him forward progress at the 39.
Yeah, I'm hoping they would give him that forward progress. I mean, he did escape momentarily from a tackle. They might have said that he kept running and took a few yards away, but they will mark him at the 39-yard line. Bedford back to business here, 1st and 10 with 8:06 to play here in the third quarter. 28-14. I'm sure they're going to want to make up for that touchdown that they gave to the Purple Panthers here off that fumble.
Slot right, slot left. Helton to the right of Matthews in the backfield. In motion, Durso. Left to right. He takes the jet sweep out to the right side. They tried to get to the edge, but he couldn't. Got 1 yard out to the 40-yard line. A lot of running there for 1 yard gain. 2nd and 9 upcoming.
Yeah, and a very forceful tackle right there amongst the many that were involved in that tackle. Number 44. Gonzalez.
Great pursuit by that Purple Panther defense, getting a load of tacklers out there to that left edge. As Durso couldn't quite turn the corner. 3 receivers out to the left, 1 split right. Helton to the right of Matthews in the gun. Durso in motion left to right. Helton goes off tackle left with the ball. Out to the 43-yard line. 3-yard carry.
I think
3rd and 6 upcoming.
Panthers have really shifted how they tackle Helton. I think they're going for his feet because he seems to be getting tripped up on every tackle so far. They just go for those shoes and seem to get him down pretty easily.
I can imagine they're not too excited about taking him on up high as he brings the thunder when he carries that ball. Punishing tacklers, delivering a blow despite being the ball carrier. 4 receivers out for Matthews, 2 left, 2 right. He takes a snap, play action to Helton. He delivers down the middle off the hands of Durso. Had a deep post pattern, and Durso couldn't quite pull it down.
He would have been gone.
He's angry at himself. Good strike there, as it wasn't really high lofted. It was more of a laser pass.
Yeah, it was a great throw by Matthews, and Durso, like I said, he was behind the defenders. He would have been in the end zone if he had made that catch.
So the Panthers come up with a stop here. Bulldogs will be forced to kick it away. 4th and 6. It's Liam Shannon that will punt it away. He's 16 deep. Clean snap, clean reception. A wobbler to the near sideline. It'll bounce out of bounds at the Nashua South 32-yard line. So not quite as good field position as they had last time. On their own 32, where they'll come back out to the field. The Bulldogs are given a little breath of hope here as they fumbled on their opening possession and now go a quick 3 and out. 28-14 is your score. 6:31 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, they need to come up with a stop here. You don't want to let this Panthers team get within 1 score.
Empty backfield for Jackson. Man in motion is Levine. He keeps it himself, though, brings it to the left-hand side. Nicely played by the defense. They capture him at the 31. He's actually going to lose yardage, maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. But they're going to grab him for a 1-yard loss. They mark it at the 31, 2nd and 11. Upcoming ball on the left hash. Jackson will have Levine in the backfield with him this time. Slot right, slot left. He's 5 yards deep in the gun. He takes the snap, looks to the right, now looks to the middle. Delivers it over the middle, almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Connor Sturgis on the play. Helton on a deep drop from his linebacker position, mucking things up as well.
Yeah, Colvin Levesque was the intended receiver. He gets up a little slowly. I think he's heading for the sideline, nursing an arm or something the way he went down. But that was a throw between 4 defenders. Very risky throw there by Jackson.
3rd and 11 for the Panthers. 3 receivers right, 1 left into the boundary. Screen pass near side. The Bulldogs are there. They sniff it out quickly. Back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th and 10. Pass was complete to Levine, but the Bulldogs defense were there as well.
Byer and Helton with the tackle right there. They weren't fooled by that play. They you know, it looked like, you know, they let 58 in all alone, Brennan Krause, but that was just to set up the screen. But like I said, the Bulldogs are ready for it. So a quick 3 and out here by the Panthers. Bulldogs diffuse a touchy situation. They're going to get the ball back here, assuming there's not a fake punt here.
Nashua South did run a fake punt in that first half. The ball was a bit closer to midfield, and it was a 4th and 5. Boys is 16 deep. He takes that snap, he'll kick it away. End over end punt, bounces at the 44-yard line in Bedford territory. Gets a 10-yard bounce, and the special teams unit will down it at the 34, where the Bulldogs will get possession again. They've come up empty in their first 2 possessions. Bennett Matthews will try to guide this offense back for some points here with 4:54 to go in the 3rd quarter.
I don't know if you got to look at that punt. It was end over end kind of wobbler, and that could be a really hard punt to field. So I'm sure the Bulldogs are ready to just let it bounce on the ground and die wherever it dies, which it was the 34-yard line in this case.
Yeah, awkward one there. Usually you want to call out poison. Stay away, stay away. You don't want it to hit one of your return men. 3 receivers to the right. Now they switch that formation. Matthews takes the snap. Helton goes off tackle left out to the 43-yard line. 4-yard carry, 2nd and 6 coming up. The clock ticks with 4:42 in this 3rd quarter. Bulldogs have done a nice job of ball control throughout the first half, but these first 2 possessions ended in a fumble and then a 3 and out. They're going to see if they can sustain a drive here with this 3rd possession of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think they might just keep it on the ground here, keep things simple between Helton and Matthews.
Trips bunch to the left side, split right. Matthews takes the snap. Durso, reverse direction.
Oh, he slipped.
He slips. And up to make a great tackle there. Number 55, Ted Smiley, snuffed out that misdirection. And Durso goes down right at the 39. So,
and he's going to come out of the game. I think he hurt himself when he slipped.
3rd and 5 coming up for the Bulldog offense.
5 for Bedford.
This Nashua South defense looking to hold tight here. Trips bunch to the left. Now they'll change formation. Beskar tight left now. Matthews takes the snap. He looks like he's going to deliver, and he does. It's up too high off the hands of his receiver, Connor Sturgis. Couldn't pull it down. Bit of zip on that ball and too hot to handle for Sturgis. Incompletion brings up 4th and 5, and the Bulldogs will punt again.
Yeah, another catchable ball on 3rd down that hits the ground. Receivers couldn't close on it. You're right. You know, he's putting a lot of zip on the ball, so it's not an easy catch. But Sturgis let that one hit his hands, and it went off his hands. And now we've got 4th and 6 and a punt coming up here for Bedford. Their 3rd possession in this period.
Shannon will punt again. He's 16 deep. Justin Fish back to return this punt for Nashua South. It lands at about the 34, and then a positive bounce for the Panthers goes out another 4 yards to the 38-yard line. So the Bulldogs swapping field position back and forth here throughout this third quarter. Neither team really getting a lot of room in the last 4 possessions. Of course, the Panthers scoring on their first possession after that Bedford fumble.
BCTV's live channels and on-demand content are easier to access than ever before, thanks to the Bedford Community app that you can get on your Apple iOS or Android Play Store. Call it and enjoy our programming anywhere, anytime.
Cody Jackson, little swing pass out to the left-hand side. Levine takes it forward past the 40-yard line, out to the 43.
Cam Santos with the tackle.
5-yard gain for the Panthers. Maybe only 4. They'll call it 2nd and 6. Santos did a nice job to get to that near sideline. Jackson fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, gets to the left edge, tries to avoid a tackler but can't. We get some flags thrown in here, likely a hold, as Besgard has his jersey all jacked up. He's going to try to pull that down. It might even be Durso, as you can't even tell if it's a 6 or an 8. There it is, it's a 6, so that is Durso, was likely held at the point of attack on that left side. The hold call comes, and the Panthers will march back. 2:38 to go here in the third quarter. 28-14 is your score. The Bulldogs lead the Panthers in this semifinal action.
Pinkerton Academy already punching their ticket to Stellos next week with a 28-0 win over Salem. And now this is the last remaining game to determine who they will play.
Again, that was a bit of a surprise as Salem upset Manchester Memorial. Memorial was the 2 seed in this tournament coming in, and Salem put together a good game, came out on top. 7 seed advancing, but Pinkerton showed their might.
Did Memorial beat Pinkerton in the regular season? I'm trying to think.
I think they did. So a 4-receiver set, 2 left, 2 right for Cody Jackson. Levine to his left in the backfield. He's in the shotgun and takes the snap. Looks to the right-hand side, delivers to the right flat. Trip is there, it's complete. He gets out close to first down yardage as he's pushed out of bounds at the 49. I think he has it, and yes, he does.
Yeah, that was a great throw to the flat. Unfortunately, Bedford didn't have enough defenders on that side of the field. It was one-on-one on Elsmore, able to get by him for the first down.
And soft coverage out there, too. Had Tripp get a lot of room on that far sideline. 3 receivers to the left, 1 split to the right now for Cody Jackson. Levine to his right in the backfield. Takes the snap. Looks right, delivers right middle. It's complete. That's Preston Boyes on the catch. Oh, it's incomplete.
The ball came loose. I know it looked like he made the catch and threw the ball away, but the official came in quickly and said no.
Hit there right as the ball got to him, so perhaps that jarring movement caused him to drop the ball. Nice defensive play there. 2nd and 10 on their own 49-yard line for the Purple Panthers. Jackson shares the play call with the line, arranges his protection. Levine goes to the right. Looks out left where he has 3 receivers, pauses, now runs to the right. Gets scrambled out to the right-hand side, gets wrapped up, but he gets the ball away. It'll be incomplete in 3rd and 10.
Yeah, there won't be a grounding call because he was outside the pocket. And
well
he did
outside.
Get the ball past the line of scrimmage, too. So,
Bissonette was there. Yeah, absolutely. Bissonette there in pursuit for Bedford. Was able to wrap up Jackson. He's been today, but not on that one. 3rd and 10 upcoming. Boyes comes to the near side, joins Fish and Levesque. They're the 3 out to this left-hand side. Tripp split out to the right. Cody Jackson in the gun, takes the snap, rolls to his left, looks downfield. He's got some time to throw. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Flaherty pushes him close to out of bounds. Going to see where they mark him.
At the
44-yard line in Bedford territory. Slow to get up on the backside. Big number 77, that's Trevor Stevens for the Panthers. 4th down coming up as he was short of the 1st down. The ball's marked on the 44-yard line in Bedford territory. 4th and 3 for this Panthers offense. Might try the hard count here. Defensive line is disciplined. Jackson looks to the sideline on that far side. Checks up with his offensive line. Levine moves to the right side. Two receivers left, 2 right. Jackson takes the snap. Now Hill's going to roll right. He's got his man Levine. Catches it and he's ahead for a 1st down. He was shy of the 1st down when he caught it. Made a move back to the inside and got ahead for 1st down yardage. It's marked at the Bedford 40.
And you know, Cam Santos had him lined up there short of the line of gain, and he was able to score it away from him. So another 4th down conversion here for the Purple Panthers.
Jackson takes the snap now, hands it off to Levine, goes to the right-hand side. A flag comes in on that far sideline. Levine took it ahead for a 7-yard gain, but that is in the area where it's coming back. And a look of exasperation on a couple of the Panthers players. It is a hold on Nashua South. They'll march them back. Looked like it happened around the 35-yard line. So likely a 1st and 15 coming up. See where they spot the ball. 1:44 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Bulldogs ahead 28-14 as these two teams have been somewhat floundering on offense the last several possessions. A few 3-and-outs.
But you can feel a little bit of a momentum building on the Purple Panthers side. They've had more success here, while the Bulldogs have had a couple of 3-and-outs and 1 fumble. Really ineffective in this 3rd quarter.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right for Jackson. He takes the snap, he's going to keep it. He goes up to the left-hand side of the line. Off the left guard, keeps his legs churning and gets inside the 40-yard line. Nice job by Jackson to make a 1st, 2nd, and 3rd effort. They finally pull him down at the 40, 2nd and 10. Coming up for Nashua South.
Jackson's really running with a lot of intensity, while the Bulldogs are just a little slow wrapping him up. Bissonette right there had a shot at him behind the line of scrimmage and kind of just reached out for him instead of really wrapping him up. And I think Jackson really taking advantage of that.
He takes the snap here, 2nd and 10. He's going to range to his right-hand side, picks up a block. He's going to keep it. Got some room, back into the middle. He's got a lot of room. He's into the secondary as the Bulldogs try to chase him down inside the 5-yard line, short of the goal line. Chased down by Matthews, but it's 1st and goal from the 2 for the Nashua South Purple Panthers. Phenomenal scrambling ability by Jackson there sets the Purple Panthers up on the 2-yard line.
Yeah, first to the right, then to the left. He really crossed up the Bulldogs, shifting his direction there. And now they have a 1st and goal.
Toss sweep for Levine. He's going to lose yardage. He's outside the 5-yard line. He's going to lose about 4 or 5 yards as the Bulldogs were onto that one quickly. Seconds to go here in this 3rd quarter. 2nd and goal from the 6 for the Purple Panthers.
It's a big stand here for the Bulldogs. They've got to make a stop.
3 receivers out left, 1 to the right. Jackson takes the snap, looks to the left. Now he's going to scramble to the right. He's going to throw it away. Smart play there by Cody Jackson. Saves any kind of potential sack. The incompletion brings up 3rd and goal from the 6.
The Bedford rushers are trying to break free from the Panther linemen. Yeah, I'm not saying there's any holding going on, but definitely a little sticky.
You're not saying it, but you're saying it?
Well,
you know, hey, everybody's entitled, Harry.
You know what they say, there's holding on every play.
I probably believe that. So 3rd and goal from the 6. 2 running backs for Cody Jackson. He takes the snap, rolls to the right, delivers it close to the goal line. It's incomplete, and we have a flag.
Yeah, I'm not sure who the intended target was. Are they going to call it pass interference here?
I don't know. Perhaps.
That flag came in late.
Looked like the receiver was trying to come back to the ball.
The receiver went down when that pass came. He was on the ground. I believe it was 19. Was he the receiver?
Pass interference defense.
Wow. Wow. Penalties all day have been giving extra chances here to the Panthers.
So they'll go half the distance there.
Half the distance to the goal.
And a fresh set of downs.
An automatic first down for Nashua.
I'm not sure it is an automatic first, though, is it?
Well, you know, you're right. I mean, we've been at games where pass interference was not an automatic first. So I'm not sure why they're giving him a new set of downs here.
They take a timeout down on the field. It is 3rd down. That's not an automatic first. As the official signals to the crew on that far sideline. Ball's on the 3-yard line.
Now, there's a tendency to assume NFL rules apply here at the NHIAA, and they do not. They're quite different.
And so they confirm it. They replay 3rd down. Half the distance of the goal, puts the ball on the 3-yard line. So 3rd and goal from the 3. They hand it to Levine. He goes off the left-hand side and he's in. 3-yard touchdown run for Levine. And all of a sudden it's a 1-score game. And this Nashua South Purple Panther squad has life. Fans are excited. That far sideline is excited too. Boys on for the extra point. Snap is back. The hold is down. The kick is up. It looks good. It is good. And 28-21 is your score with 3 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter.
The score with 3 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
And you can imagine the pressure building a little bit on the Bulldogs. They had a very ineffective 3rd quarter, giving up a fumble. So they wasted that opening kickoff possession, and then 2 3-and-outs, both of which became 3-and-outs because of incomplete passes that hit receivers. So the inability to make those catches gave the ball back to the Panthers, and then you had multiple penalties that moved the ball forward. A huge run by Jackson that put him in a goal-to-goal situation. And the momentum is definitely on the side of the Panthers here, and the Bedford Bulldogs are still up by 7. They need to come back and get a score here. This could be probably the most important possession of the game.
We have to give credit to that Nashua South defense too, stifling the Bulldogs defense throughout that 3rd quarter. They made adjustments of their own. They've answered with 2 touchdowns here in the 3rd quarter. 28-21 is your score, as this kickoff will likely be the last play of this 3rd quarter.
Keep an eye on this. Make sure it's not a dribbler or an onside attempt.
Low squirt fielded by the upback. Again, nice hands there by Connor Sturgis.
And now a flag.
Another flag.
Not sure
late.
What's going on here.
The ball would have been on the 45, but we're likely going to have some extracurricular activity pushing it all the way back to the Bedford 30.
So is this another unsportsmanlike call? Not sure. I mean, it came after the tackle was made.
We'll discuss things. It is a personal foul.
Receiving team. Penalty. First down.
So it will be spotted on the 30-yard line instead of the 45. The Bulldogs shooting themselves in the foot again. They'll swap ends of the field. Go down to our right as we look down at the field. And Harry, as you mentioned, momentum seems to have swung over to the Nashua South Purple Panthers in that 3rd quarter.
Third quarter, or if they should just let the fourth quarter begin and switch sides.
That is the third quarter as the officials chatted over. Bulldogs offense is already marched down to the right-hand side. It should be on the right hash for them. So we'll have to switch sides of the field. 12 minutes back on the board. And this Bulldogs offense needs to come up with a sustained possession, yielding some points.
Penalty, we're kicking off the fourth quarter.
So the officials finally catch up and get the ball to the 30-yard line.
Bedford.
Right hash coming out.
10 from
Matthews has the offense back on the field. Trips bunch to the right side of the line. Split way out to the left. Landon Elsmore. Pistol formation. Durso goes in motion right to left. Matthews keeps it. He goes to the right-hand side. Ahead for 2 yards.
Matthews on the run.
A modest gain for the senior quarterback puts him on the 32-yard line.
About 2 or 3 on the play, brings up second down.
2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, the Panthers seem to have adjusted to whatever the Bulldogs are doing in the first quarter, because a lot of these sweep plays and runs up the middle have been far less effective in this second half.
Ball still on the right hash. Slot left, tight right. 2 backs in the backfield with Matthews. He takes the snap, toss, sweep for Helton. He takes to the left side. He has a bit more room this time out past the 40 for a first down. They mark him at the 41, perhaps the 42. And that's the kind of positive yardage play the Bulldogs were looking for.
Yeah, that was more of the kind of Helton run that we're used to, where he got his head down and just plowed his way through for a first down.
They put it at the 42, left hash. 11:42 and ticking in this fourth quarter. The Bulldogs ahead by 7. Pistol formation, slot right, 2 receivers left as well. Matthews takes the snap, play action to Helton. He goes to his right, delivers it short. Beskar takes a shot after the play, and there's a flag. They paused for a little bit. I'm not sure if it was the hit or the chirp afterwards, but a flag does come out, and that was a kind of a late flag there.
We at BCTV and Bedford 105.1 want to thank our underwriters for supporting our live sports coverage, like Primary Bank, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate in New Hampshire, and great New Hampshire restaurants like T-Bones and the Copper Door. So the call will go against the Panthers, as Joshua Tripp is pleading his case to the officials. That hit came, like you said, it was late. Defenseless receiver could be the call.
That's a 15-yard personal foul.
It is a personal foul, and they march him ahead. The Bulldogs will now have it at the Nashua South 43-yard line.
First and 10, Bedford.
3 receivers into the boundary, empty backfield for Matthews. Helton goes in motion right to left. He'll go on the jet sweep to the left-hand side, cuts it up. He's got some room. Down to the 37-yard line. 6-yard carry for Helton. 2nd and 4 upcoming for Bedford.
Yeah, I think this is the time of the game that you have to rely on your star players.
That was about a 6-yard
your Heltons, your Matthews.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They've had some success grinding it out on the ground. 3 receivers out right, 1 to the left. Helton to the right of Matthews in the shotgun. Beskar motion right to left. Go hard count. Now Matthews takes the snap. Helton swing pass out to the right. Makes the first tackler miss, and he goes out just shy of the first down. He's out of bounds at the 34. Should bring up 3rd and 1.
Panthers look like jump there, and I guess they got back in time.
They jumped, but I'm not sure they went into the neutral zone, so no flag there. 3rd and 1. 10:31 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Bulldogs ahead by 7, 28-21. They go heavy in the middle. tight formation, and now they motion out of it. Trips bunch to the left-hand side. Matthews takes the snap. Helton off the left guard. He has first down yardage down to the 30. And the Bulldogs move the chains.
Yeah, Helton was not going to be denied there. They needed 1 yard, and Helton was determined to get it. He just got a head of steam going and put his head down.
Got downhill, got those shoulders north and south, picked up the first down.
And that wouldn't be a bad way to play the rest of this possession out of. They can pick up 4 or 5 yards a carry and just grind things out, burn off as much clock as possible. There's 10-12 going right now. If they can get up 2 scores and eat up as much of the clock as possible, that would be a very good thing.
3 yards and a cloud of turf pellets. Slot right, tight left. Matthews takes the snap. He'll keep it himself. He goes off the left guard up the middle. Good gainer there on first down for Matthews down to the 24-yard line.
Joshua Tripp on the tackle.
2nd and 4 coming up after that 6-yard gain.
Gain of 6 on the play. 2nd and 4.
Again, winner here tonight will face Pinkerton next Saturday at 1 p.m. down at Stello Stadium. Pinkerton won their semifinal against Salem. 28-0 was the final score there. Matthews takes the snap, hands to Helton. Off the left guard, ahead for 2 yards. Gets to the 22. 3rd and 2 coming up.
Bit of a sloppy exchange. Helton had to pull up to get the ball. It wasn't a clean handoff, and that made him slow down, which of course took away his momentum when he hit the pile.
He's trying to keep 2 hands on the ball there. Is ball security important at this moment of the game? Certainly important throughout the game, but especially here in the 4th quarter with 8:50 to go, and the Bulldogs ahead by 7. 2 backs in the backfield for Matthews. 3rd and 2. He takes the snap, goes to the right-hand side. He's got first down yardage inside the 20 to the 18, perhaps to the 17. The Bulldogs move the chains again. A methodical possession that started back on their own 30-yard line. It could have been the 45, but the personal foul on the kickoff return puts it back at the 30. The Bulldogs burning clock and gaining yards. Trying to answer these 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter from Nashua South. We're 8:20 to go in the game. Bulldogs ahead by 7. Slot right, tight left for Matthews. He takes the snap, fakes to Helton. Delivers to the right-hand side. He's got his man in the end zone. Touchdown. Elsmore. An 18-yard strike to Elsmore on the right side. Squirted away from his defender, got open, and made the catch. Touchdown Bulldogs with 8:06 to go in this game.
Coach Matthews crossing up the Panthers there with that passing call. They've been burning it up on the ground, and they go to the air. A little hesitation there on the pump fake there by Matthews. But he found Elsmore open, and he got the touchdown.
It's almost a version of a back shoulder. Hold is down, the kick is up. It looks good, it is good. And 35-21 is your score with 8:06 remaining in this game. Methodical 70-yard touchdown possession. That drive ending on an 18-yard touchdown to Landon Elsmore. That's his 2nd on the day. His first one way back in the 2nd quarter, a 41-yard bomb from Matthews. And the Bulldogs get it back out to a 2-score lead.
That was a good response to this 2 touchdown response by the Panthers. Getting it down to a single score game, and the momentum was getting away from Bedford, and they put together a good long drive that just burned off a lot of time, got it back to a 2-score lead. There's 8:06 remaining. There's still plenty of time though for the Panthers to come back, but you know, Bedford can stop them here. That could go a long way to clinching that trip to Stellos.
Well, the Bulldogs scored 2 touchdowns of their own in the first 2.5 minutes of this game. The second play from scrimmage was a Bennett Matthews 39-yard touchdown run, and then on the ensuing possession, a pick 6 for Brody Helton. So we know how fast this can swap. And the whole dynamic can change. So a 14-point lead for the Bulldogs. 8:06 to go in this game. Elijah Todd tees it up at the 40-yard line.
Interesting note here from Andrew Fenn, says he thinks that there's an NHIAA bylaw that would prevent the game from being played at Stellos if Nashua South wins.
Interesting one there. See how this plays out.
I'm not sure if they could find a neutral site that quick.
Todd gets the top of the ball. It's taken at the 32-yard line by an up back. He falls forward to the 38.
Yeah, not sure if Todd meant to do that.
That was Joseph Kudla on the return.
Todd's kick returned by Joseph Kudla.
They mark it at the 39-yard line.
Nashua's going to take control at the 39-yard line. First and 10, Panthers.
So an important drive here for Nashua South. They had a great third quarter, stifled the Bedford Bulldog offense throughout that quarter. But the Bulldogs take their first possession of the fourth quarter, 70 yards. They cap it off with a touchdown. Cody Jackson now near side, delivers it. It's complete. That's Justin Fish on the catch. Quick little hitch out to this near sideline. Elsmore on the tackle. 5-yard gain for the Purple Panthers, 2nd and 5 upcoming. Purple Panthers will have to show some urgency as they need 2 scores in 7.5 minutes. Jackson sends Fish in motion. They fake the handoff. He looks down the left-hand side, and now he feels pressure. Jackson will run. He's out past the 40, past midfield into Bedford territory. He has a first down, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
That was a great run there by Jackson. I think there's a problem with rushing right at Jackson. If you go right at him, he'll just cut forward, and now you're behind him, and off he goes. So you had him bottled up there for a minute. Very, very slippery. Got away there with a quick cut.
He sure is. The Bulldogs were spying him in the first half. They've had trouble here in the second, and now he's going to pull it down again, do the same thing. He's out past the left-hand side of the edge. Out past first down yardage. They'll mark him out very close to the 35.
They spread the defenders out on the pass play, and that leaves a lot of room for Jackson to run. And our linemen, unfortunately, aren't fast enough to catch up to him once he gets ahead of steam.
All the way down to the 31 goes Jackson. 1st and 10. 7:08 to go. Jackson has trips to the right. He takes the snap and rolls to his right. Looks downfield. Now he's going to pull it down and go back to the left. He cuts it back up inside. Takes a hit as he goes into the middle inside the 30-yard line. Looks like he's down to the 27, so a 4-yard carry. 2nd and 6 coming up.
It's almost as if Jackson has that in his pocket. It's sort of his check down is to run with the ball. He'll move around in the pocket a little bit, wait and see if a seam opens up, and then take off.
As should be the case. I mean, he feels the pocket collapsing around him. He wants to make sure that he doesn't take a sack, and his feet are fleet enough to get positive yardage. He goes empty backfield here, takes the snap, looks to the left, into the boundary. It's complete. Great timing, out pattern inside the 20-yard line. Great catch on that far sideline. I believe it's Boys out there.
Right at the marker, it was ruled inbounds, and he was down, so the clock continues to run. Although the clock stops now to move to the sticks. 6:15 to go.
1st and 10, just outside the 20-yard line. Cody Jackson takes the snap. He rolls to the right, looks downfield, he delivers, picked off. Elsmore with the interception. He gets out back to the Bedford 18-yard line, but that's a huge turnover for this Bedford Bulldog defense.
What a huge play right there. With 6:01 to go, Bedford takes the ball away from a prolific offense. They were really moving the ball with Jackson's feet, and now he throws the interception and gives Bedford the ball back with 6:01 to go. One more long possession here could put this game away.
Both teams with all timeouts. 6:01 to go. The Bulldogs ahead 14 points. 35-21 is your score. You might imagine a sustained running attack to try to burn some time off. Trips bunch to the left. Split out wide to the right is Elsmore. They hand it off to Helton. He goes off the left guard. Through the A gap, out for 4 yards. Maybe 5, and there's the first timeout from Nashua South to preserve some time. The ball's marked at the 24. 5:52 to go in the game.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea to start calling timeouts now. You got to preserve clock. Doesn't matter if you do it with 2 minutes left or 5 minutes left.
Either way, they're going to need 2 scores. And time is of the essence for the Purple Panthers.
Bedford doesn't really have to score. They just need to get first downs. Just keep the ball away as best they can. First downs after first downs.
And with 2 bruising runners in Helton and Matthews, as well as some big boys up front, that is certainly possible for them to continue to keep it on the ground and move those chains. 2nd and 6 coming up for this Bulldog offense. Ball's on the left hash. Bulldogs regroup in their huddle.
And of course, Coach Matthews taking advantage of the timeout to meet his troops and discuss strategy.
3 receivers, slot left, tight right. 2 backs in the backfield. Matthews with the snap, hands off to Helton. He goes to the left-hand side. He's got a first down past the 30-yard line. And again, 5- and 6-yard chunks are exactly what these Bulldogs want.
And I actually think that Helton let himself be taken down. I think he could have gotten some more yardage there, but he just let himself fall down after he knew he was past the marker.
Not a bad play as long as he keeps that ball in his possession. 5.5 to go in this game. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They're on their own 32-yard line. They lead by 14. Matthews in the pistol. Winston Hune stacked behind him. Trips bunch to the right-hand side. 1 split out to the left. Hune gets the carry. He takes it off the right guard. Close to the 35-yard line. They'll give him a 3-yard gain.
Winston Hunt on the carry. Up the middle for the Bulldogs.
Ball is right on the 30, maybe just past. No, just short.
35.
Excuse me, 35. Thank you, Harry.
And
another timeout by the Purple Panthers. Again, trying to keep some time on the clock and give themselves the opportunity to get 2 quick scores.
Interesting that Hune was in the game. I guess Helton might have needed a breather. But interesting that you would give the ball to a player that really hasn't seen much action in Hune, who's a very capable runner, but still, it's his critical time here.
Sure is. You might urge him to wrap up with 2 hands on that ball each time he touches it.
I mean,
as
they were
all
kind
of
of
the ball
digging at
carriers.
it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even when he was on the ground, hoping to get another on-the-ground fumble call.
Harry, was that a jab at the referees?
Me?
I'm just curious. All right, I won't say anything. 5:06 to go here in the game. The Bulldogs ahead 35-21. Trying to burn some time off this clock. Likely keeping it on the ground. 2nd and 7 here. Ball's on the 35. Matthews a back on either side. He takes the snap, hands it off. They go off the right side. Durso was the carrier. He got out for another 2 yards, and now Nashua South burns their 3rd and final timeout. Ball is on the 37-yard line.
This is going to be a big 3rd down here.
He's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
3rd and 5 or so, as they need to get out to the 42-yard line, just past it. So a long 5.
Game clock.
And probably not 2-down territory. I think they're definitely going to punt the ball away.
They're going to put a little bit of time back on the game clock. 4:55 will be the number as they add 2 seconds back.
Scoreboard still says 3rd and 7. They haven't updated that yet. Should be a 3rd and 5 from 37.
We are good to go. And now again, Nashua South has burned all 3 timeouts as they try to get good field position here. They trail 14.
So this first down here could be the game. You get it, and you can keep burning the clock. Panthers won't be able to stop it.
Slot to the left, into the boundary. A motion, unbalanced line to the left-hand side. Matthews takes the snap, runs to the left-hand side, purposefully stays in bounds. Nashua South keeps him in bounds. He's ahead for only a 1-yard gain. So 4th and 5 coming up. So they will punt the ball. They change out their personnel. Liam Shannon will come on, be 16 deep. And now the Bulldogs will try to burn off as much time as they possibly can before snapping this ball. Back to receive for Nashua South, Colvin Levesque. Snap is back, it's a bit high, but fielded cleanly, and it's blocked. Nashua South blocks the punt, and they're gonna get phenomenal field position at the Bedford 37. Huge play there on special teams. Looked like it was Cole Patno that got through.
Yeah, Shannon took that high snap really threw him off. He had to settle himself after coming down with the ball and make sure he had good form to get a good punt off, but that gave just enough time for the blocker to come in. And now the Nashua South Panthers, no timeouts, they get the ball at the Bedford 37-yard line with exactly 4 minutes to go.
And knowing what Jackson and this offense can do, they still have light here. 3 receivers out to the left, 1 split to the right into the boundary. Jackson takes the snap, rolls to his left, quick delivery out to that left side. Complete, ahead for 8 yards inside the 30. 2nd and 2 upcoming. This is going to need to be a 2-minute drill here. Ball's on the 29. And I say 2-minute drill, we still have 3:40 to go, but the Panthers have 2 scores to make up. Jackson delivers to the right flat. It's complete. Down to the 24-yard line. They stop the clock momentarily to reset the chains. There's a flag in the backfield. So hold up just a moment. That flag is in the area where there's usually a holding call, and it looks like the Purple Panthers will march backwards.
So that will erase the first down catch. The 2nd and 2, it might be 2nd and 12 coming up.
And that is what it appears to be. They march off 10 yards. Ball's marked on the 39-yard line. Inside Bedford territory, 3:34 to go in the game. Jackson back to the line of scrimmage. He takes the snap, looks to the left-hand side, delivers down that left sideline, tipped away. Nice play there. Connor Sturgis again getting some fingertips on it.
Nearly came down with that. You know, I noticed that Bedford is only rushing 3 right now. They're putting everybody into the field. They've got 8 backs covering these pass plays.
Intended receiver was Fish down there on that left-hand side, and Sturgis had a marvelous play in the first half, comes up with another pass breakup there. 3rd and 12 for the Purple Panthers. 3:24 to go in the game. Of course, 4-down territory. Jackson goes empty backfield, 3 right, looks to the right, goes back to the left. It's a wide receiver screen. It's complete down to the 30-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down.
Connor Flaherty with the tackle there from behind, keeping it from being a first down.
4th and 3, Jackson empty backfield. Takes the snap, looks to the left.
Watch him run.
Quarterback draw, he's gonna be short. The linebackers stepped up, they stopped him at about the 29, and he's gonna be short. A turnover on downs. The Bulldogs defense comes up with a big one. They were backed up in their own side of the field. And this defense does a marvelous job.
And what's even more important is they did it with only 3 rushers. The table was set with only 3 rushers for Jackson to take off, and he did, but luckily they came in quickly, closed in on him, and stopped him about a yard short of the line of game. So Bedford takes over with 2:52 to play. Panthers no timeouts. Bedford needs 1 first down to win this game.
Slot left, tight right. A back on either side of Matthews in the backfield. He takes the snap, hands to Helton. He goes to the left-hand side. Ahead for 5 yards. They mark him down at the 34. Maybe only 4 as it's put on the 33-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up. The clock will run at 2:30. The Bulldogs ahead 35-21. And they're just going to take their jolly old time and bleed some clock here.
Yeah, if they get a first down with under 2 minutes to play, that will be the icing on the cake.
And again, even if they don't, there's still very limited time and a 2-score lead. Matthews in the pistol takes the snap, hands to Helton. He goes off tackle right side, past the 35, close to the 38.
Going to be short.
3rd and 1. As we tick inside 2 minutes. Harry, good game here for the Bulldogs. They've been tested and they've stood up to the test.
Oh, hats off to the Panthers. I mean, it looked like it was going to be a rout early on when Bedford scored 2 touchdowns right out of the box. You know, one on the pick 6, and you're thinking, well, here we go. But you know, they hung in there and figured out some things, adjusted, took away Bedford's ability to just run away with it. And of course, Bedford had a few penalties and a few turnovers that helped out the Panthers as well and got them back into the game.
Matthews takes the snap, hands to Helton. A little confusion there. He spins around and gets it into the breadbasket.
Are you on this side or this side?
Yeah, not quite what he had imagined, but Helton ahead for first down yardage to the 42, and that'll just about do it. It was 28-7 at halftime. The Purple Panthers came out in the 3rd quarter, scored 2 touchdowns, made this a ball game, and a huge drive to start the 4th quarter for the Bulldogs as Elsmore capped off a 70-yard touchdown drive with an 18-yard touchdown catch. Put it back out to 2 scores, and now we're going to have victory formation.
One more snap, and that'll be it. Time to thank our underwriters. Once again, thank you, BCTV and Bedford 105.1. Thank our underwriters for supporting our live sports coverage, and what a great game they got today. Primary Bank, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate in New Hampshire, and great New Hampshire restaurants like T-Bones and the Copper Door.
So the Bulldogs will advance to the finals next Saturday, 1 p.m. from Stello Stadium. Join us live on the air. We'll record it for replay later. Of course, can't bring that to you live. That'll do it. The final kneel down by Bennett Matthews will tick off the final seconds here. 35-21 is going to be your final. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Harry, any last thoughts?
Great game. Hats off to the Panthers. Really put on a great show today and made Bedford work for everything. But eventually the undefeated Bulldogs stay undefeated. They're 11-0, and now they're going to face the team that knocked them out of the playoffs last year, the Pinkerton Academy Astros.
Fireworks on the field, fireworks across the way. The victory for the Bulldogs puts them into the finals. We want to make sure we thank the BCTV crew and WBNH. Bill Jennings on camera. Harry Kozlowski producing radio. Thank you, Harry. Appreciate that. Andrew Fenn back in the studio helping on the technical side with replays, etc. For Harry Kozlowski, I'm Corey Munstertiger. Thanks for everybody joining tonight. Good luck to the Bulldogs next week. We'll bring you that on the air Saturday afternoon from Stellos.
1 o'clock.
1 p.m. is the kickoff time. Congrats again for the Bulldogs. We will bring you that finals action next week. Good night, everybody.